Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tiger Stadium here in Texarkana, Texas. I'm Ryan Travis, filling in for Aaron Swink this week. Joined in the booth with me is Brett Eccles, the producer for tonight. Todd Travis doing stats, and as always, down on the field, Matt Montgomery.
Hey, good evening, guys. Beautiful night for football. Cooled off. We kind of had a warm week, but, man, tonight it is going to be perfect. It is senior night here at Tiger Stadium as all the seniors will be introduced for Texas High. This football stadium, Ryan, is a lot of history we learned as we were eating dinner tonight with Eric Aiken of the broadcast crew for Texas High, and learned a lot about the stadium. The last time Jacksonville was here was 2010, and I remember well. The stadium was new. The difference was then it was grass. Now it's turf. But, you kind of have a feel that it's, Texas High they were in 6A for many, many years, that Robert E. Lee Longview district, and then they dropped down, as did Nacogdoches back in the early 2000s, and it kind of has a 6A type feel, Ryan.
It looks like a 6A stadium. And I know you said the weather's nice. It does not look like it is windy at all down there.
No wind at all. I mean, the flags, you can see, the flags on the goalpost they're just laying limp. So again, wind won't be a factor like it was last week. A lot of teams had to fight that wind that came in from the north, and you had to pick which quarter you wanted to run with it on.
For sure. And I know we got a little late start, so we may talk a little bit about the Jacksonville offense and what we can expect to see from Texas High before we jump into smoke signals.
Yeah, let's do that. This is obviously at 7-0, ranked 7th in the state of Texas. The Texas High Tigers, they're a powerful football team. Just crunching the numbers, I'll just tell you that they run the ball primarily. The 64% of their offense comes from rushing yards, and only 36% comes through the air. But they are very capable of throwing the ball with Brayson Henry. McHenry, 50 of 79, 5 touchdowns. He's thrown for 656 yards, no interceptions. How about that? And going into Week 8, no picks for Brayson McHenry. Their leading rusher, Braylon Stewart, returning from last year, has 883 yards on 131 carries. He has a 91-yarder to his credit. That was against Hallsville right here a couple of weeks ago, averaging over 7 yards a carry and 13 touchdowns. So there's no question that Braylon Stewart is the primary weapon for Texas High offensively. Through the air, Blake Rogers, Brandon Hall, will see them catch passes. Texas High, Ryan, is averaging 34 points a game, but surprisingly they're giving up 25 points a game. They had a couple of games where they kind of, the teams kind of caught up at the end. Maybe Texas High took their starters out. Some teams might have scored late. So Jacksonville, on the other hand, they're only averaging 22 points a game, but they're giving up 38 points a game. And, in looking at Texas High defensively, which we'll talk more about here in a few minutes, this could be the best Texas High defense since they won the state championship in 2002, a year that Jacksonville played Texas High in the bi-district round at Rose Stadium. Texas High won that game big, 45-0, and as I said, they went on to win the state championship. That defense was as good a high school defense as I've seen in my 40 years of broadcasting. This defense that you'll see here tonight, they're pretty good too, Ryan. They have several D1 guys.
Yeah, we heard a little bit about that at dinner tonight. You were talking about the numbers, and I think right before we got out of the car, you mentioned that Jacksonville is 78% passing. So we're going to see a pretty different offense and defensive, or I guess run pass is what I meant to say there.
Yeah, every coach wants to have a balanced offense. I mean, everybody wants to do that. Yeah, you're going to favor some parts of your offense over others depending on your strength, but there's no way Wayne Coleman coming into this 2021 season wanted to have 22% of his offense rushing the football and 78% throwing the football. And it's just been tough. Jacksonville's offensive line has struggled. They're not deep in those positions. The running back position has been decimated by injuries. You started the year with Isaiah Mallard, had a great first game. He still has tweaked up both ankles. J.T. Johnson, who is the leading rusher for Jacksonville, he's still a little dinged up as well. So you'll see Devin McEwen in the backfield again tonight. and possibly Darian Hinton. But this is a Jacksonville offense that definitely has their work cut out for them against this Texas High defense. They are stacked up front, particularly number 3, Derek Brown, a defensive end, 6'5", 225. He's a commitment to the University of Texas, and this cat can go. I remember him from last year, and he's even better now. So I'm sure hoping the Jacksonville offensive line, especially that left tackle, is going to be able to protect Ryan McCown on that backside.
Definitely, definitely. Well, it's about 7:05, so let's go ahead and throw it over to Smoke Signals, and then we'll come back after Smoke Signals and get a little more into the game. Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Welcome to Smoke Signals, everyone. I'm Matt Montgomery, along with head football coach Wayne Coleman. Jacksonville played Nacogdoches last week at Tomato Bowl. Coach, not a great result. You go down 27-14. One of those games where, when you look at the stats, the balance was, sometimes the balance is off, but it was really way off last week. I mean, you just could not run the ball. Passing was okay, but running the ball was just wasn't there.
Yeah, it was tough. They're big up front. We're not full strength at running back. I mean, we've got guys out there that are playing at about 90% health, and that's tough to do.
Of course, Devin didn't get to practice till about middle of the week, and getting him back going and everything. He actually played some in the backfield as well. But how do you deal with the injuries like everybody else is doing this time of year, and trying to get more balance on your offense?
You really got to be smart how you practice. You don't want kids that are at 90% kind of working their way back to get hurt more in practice. You got to try to get them to the game on Friday night as healthy as you can, and then you can't give them the workload that you need to give them. We need to give Mallard the ball 15 carries, but right now his ankles won't hold up for that, and of course JT is still only about 75%, so he's not getting any carries.
In the fourth quarter, there was still a shot. I mean, you closed the gap to 21-14, and there was a chance there. You didn't get the onside kick. But there was a moment there where it felt like the momentum had swung your way.
Yeah, it did. And we had a couple chances at turnovers that we just didn't get. And we thought we had one, and they didn't give it to us. But
some tough calls, too.
Yeah, it didn't go our way. It's frustrating because the kids are playing so hard to force those turnovers. I mean, they're playing their tails off, and the defensive kids really kept fighting and kept us in the game.
If I had to pick out a particular unit in District 9 5A Division II that seems to be dominating ball games, it's got to be the defensive lines. Marshall, Pine Tree, and then last week Nacogdoches, and this week you will see Texas High. It seems like the D lines are really strong in this district this year.
Yeah, that is. That seems like everybody's got one guy that stands out on the defensive line. Of course, Texas High has several. 95 is a big defensive tackle, and of course, number 3 is the big defensive end with all the Division I offers. Yeah, they're loaded, and a lot of teams in District and East Texas have got big defensive linemen.
And again, alluding to running the football, the inability to run the football with all the injuries, time of possession. I mean, you guys have been winning time of possession for several ball games, but the last couple you haven't been able to do that. I think Nac had the ball for almost 5 more minutes than you did.
Yeah, and that's what's going to happen when you can't run the ball. And just try to supplement a run game. You're trying to use short passing game to turn those into your runs. And if you're not completing a high percentage of those, then you're definitely going to lose the time of possession.
Several highlights in the game last week against Nacogdoches. Let's take a look at those right now. Of course, this is Ryan's pass to Isaiah. He makes a nice little move here and gets up the field to the 1.
Yeah, a great play by him. Of course, that's, we don't look at that as a running play, but that's a ball thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and Mallard makes a good play with it.
Boy, this angle here, you can really see the route right here by Devin, and Ryan puts it in the right spot.
Yeah, beautiful double move there by Devin.
At 4th and 1, and here comes Coda and Darian. They wrap him up, but it's Caden making the tackle here.
Yep, and those guys ran to the ball well the second half.
And here's Devin out of the backfield now as a running back with all the injuries. Nice run.
Yeah, we're trying to, find ways to get healthy bodies back there.
Physical run here by Calvin Bryan after the catch. I know this is what you want to see out of him.
Yeah, no doubt. And he's done that all year for us. It's just a matter of getting him going sometimes.
And this is just, boy, Coach, if you could just draw these up like this, what a beautiful pass and catch route by Cash Bearden.
Yeah, and that's a big play for Cash. We've been working him more and more at receiver, and it's good to see him do something like that on a Friday night.
So Texas High at Grimm Stadium. I've always thought that was such an appropriate name for their stadium, Grimm Stadium. Texarkana ranked some polls 7, some polls 9, depending on what you look like. This is a good football team, but I just keep thinking about that Hallsville game and how Hallsville was over, and Hallsville was in it until the end. So I know that has to make your team feel like, hey, it's possible. You can go in there. It's not necessarily impossible. Talk about Texas High. We know how good they are in defense. What else do they do well?
They're just so steady on the offensive side. They don't make mistakes. They've got good players, and they don't beat themselves. Offensive line's really good, an incredible running back.
Stewart's a good runner.
He's good, and he broke out against us a little bit last year, and we played them tough last year for a long time. We had some good drives on offense. We need to do that again. We need to be more efficient in our short passing game.
And what Texas High has kind of added to Stewart is their quarterback. I mean, he can run the ball. He had 144 yards rushing last week against Pine Tree, so he can scoot too.
He can. He's an athlete. He had played a lot of games last year for him, started for him a bunch of games. So he's got experience, and he just throws the ball. They've got good athletes at every position. So when you're trying to load up and stop Stewart from running the ball and he play actions, you're on an island back there on the back end. You got to hold up and try to make the play.
So let's go to the Texas High defense. Pine Tree did not get a first down until the third quarter. You look at stuff like that, and then again, referring to the Hallsville game, you say, well, how did that happen? What does Texas High do besides that good guys up front, linebackers, defensive backs, how they cover, how they do?
Well, the thing is, like Pine Tree's going to line up in 2 backs with a tight end, and they're going to try to, play power run football, which is what Texas High wants to play against. And we have the ability, like Hallsville, to spread things out and make them cover the field. And so we've got to get guys out of the box if we want to run the ball and be more consistent with some of our controlled passing game.
And, when you go into ball games, especially this late in the year where there's so much tape on everybody, I know that you want to maybe think, well, maybe this is what they're going to come out in, so this is what we'll do. How many different schemes do you have that you don't tell me what they are, but how many do you have in this time of the year when everybody's doing that?
You've got enough to be able to say, okay, they're running a straight man coverage defense. We can do this. We've already done it this year. Or they're running man free. We can do this. So we've got things for everything. Our quick passing game is made for a loaded box, people that load up to stop the run. And kind of that's what's been hurting us lately, I think, is with the banged up running backs and our diminished running game. Now then they can kind of sit back and play the quick passing game and dare us to run the ball, and we're struggling to do that. So we're kind of trying to prepare for all of it. There's things we haven't seen this year, and we still prepare for those. So we just got to be ready.
It's like you tack at this level. If it doesn't work, you go to this level, and then you go to this level. So offensively, I know your team has really struggled protecting Ryan. How will you move him around to enable him to maybe get some more time to throw the ball?
Well, that's exactly what you've got to do. You've got to move him around and not let the defense get a beat on where he's at. Sometimes what you got to prevent is keep getting caught in 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12.
Right.
Okay, because 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, obviously.
You got to win first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, what does the defense know? Well, they know the ball's probably not coming out quick now. It's probably a 3 to 4 second pass protection, and now then they get the choice of pin their ears back and come get you, or play prevent, and you don't want them to be comfortable in either one of those.
Well, it's a tall task. Talk about keys to the game in Texarkana Friday night.
We need our defense to keep doing what they've been doing. Keep getting better every week, and keep us in the game until we find our rhythm. And hopefully we come out and we've got a rhythm off the get-go. We've done that some, come out early in games and just drive the field and do some stuff. And, we've got some things that we think we can do offensively against them that we haven't done this year. So let's see what that looks like early in the game.
We appreciate All Smiles Dentistry for sponsoring all of our conversations with head coach Wayne Coleman. Countdown to kickoff continues right after this.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in Texarkana, Texas. We are in the middle of our countdown to kickoff. This part of our countdown to kickoff is sponsored by
Micah Hoffbauer, Texas Farm Bureau. Thank you, Micah, for sponsoring this part of our countdown to kickoff. Micah can help you with all of your life insurance, homeowners, auto insurance needs. Give Micah a call at Texas Farm Bureau. Ryan, they're working their way through senior night here at Tiger Stadium, and I think on the way over here, I think I called this Grimm Stadium. That's what it used to be called. I'm not sure when they renamed it. I guess when they redid it, maybe back in 2009. But
I will say, it says Tiger Stadium on the press box, but this little box in front of me that is some kind of phone device does say Grimm Press Box on
okay,
it.
Well then maybe they've kept the name somewhere. So statistically, coming in the ball game, we talked earlier before smoke signals came on about Jacksonville is really going to have to put it together offensively tonight, Ryan. I think you will see some wrinkles that Jacksonville has added to their offense. Particularly, I think we'll see DeVarian Boyd at tight end. He's been playing primarily defense, and you'll see maybe Ryan McCown have another target to throw to. Ever since Jacksonville lost Jermaine Taylor to that leg injury in Week 5 against Marshall, Jacksonville's kind of been missing a piece of their receiving core, obviously. And then when you add in the fact that Devin McEwen missed the next week with illness, and last week, half a week of practice, although he still had 5 catches against Nacogdoches, still had a stellar game. It'll be nice to have another receiver out there in the tight end position. On the ground, I mentioned earlier, the leading rusher, J.T. Johnson, is leading Jacksonville in rushing. 221 yards, your leading rusher. That's not a lot right there. Isaiah Mallard has 190. Of course, he missed a couple of ball games. Through the air, Ryan McCown, 125 of 243 for 1,840 yards. So Ryan McCown getting close to that 2,000 yards in a season passing mark, and he's thrown 12 touchdowns versus 10 interceptions, 51% completion percentage. And of course, receiving, we mentioned Devin McEwen coming into the ball game, 42 catches, 666 yards, 4 touchdowns. Isaiah Mallard right behind him, 19 catches for 231 yards. And talking about this Texas High defense and the challenge that Jacksonville has offensively, Ryan, it starts up front. As I pull out my notes right here and looking at Texas High,
I want to jump in and say there was an article that came out this week that showed that Ryan McCown is the leading passer in Cherokee County by 1 yard.
Over who?
His cousin.
His first cousin,
yep.
Owen, down at Rusk. Yeah, that's you're going to see a lot of McCowns through those stats for a while, I believe. So defensively for Texas High, they're led by Derek Brown. I mentioned him earlier. But they also have some other guys up front. Brandon Childs, 5'11", 275. Braxton White, the defensive tackle, 6'5", 225. So there's a couple of 6'5" guys.
Good grief.
I know, on the defensive front. Where do they get these kids? They're huge. At linebacker, Javarius Tyson, Darren Finley, the Mike linebacker, 6'3", 230. I mean, that's a
big linebacker.
It's a big linebacker. And as I mentioned earlier, Texas High, 64 players on this roster. They're too deep everywhere. They don't have anybody that's going both ways. And, of course, Jacksonville, they'll suit out 38, 39 players. A lot of young men will be going both ways for Jacksonville. So it's quite a challenge, Ryan, for Jacksonville tonight against the number 7 state-ranked team, Texas High.
It definitely is, especially with the season that they're having. I mean, I know that they did have a little bit of a slip-up against Hallsville a couple weeks ago where it almost came down to the end of the game. But, I mean, from what I've seen stats-wise and what we heard at dinner tonight, I mean, they are definitely a solid team.
Yeah, Hallsville hadn't won a game in 2 years, and they came in here and Texas High was kind of flat. Plus, Texas High didn't have their starting quarterback, Brayson McHenry, in the first half. He had been ejected the previous week, and he couldn't play the first half. But my goodness, the backup came in, and they scored 30 points of their total of 37 for the ball game. They scored 30 in the first half against Hallsville, and they were up 26-0. Hallsville comes back, makes it a game, and then Braylon Stewart ran 91 yards for a touchdown and put the game away. That has been the closest anybody has been to Texas High, and it's kind of ironic that it's a team in Hallsville that just won their second game last week in 2 years. So Jacksonville, their only win against Hallsville, 49-20 a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And, boy, they've just had a tough time scoring ever since they had that 49-point outburst.
Definitely. I've got a few keys to the game tonight. I know it may seem bleak, but anything can happen in high school football. And my keys to the game for tonight are that Jacksonville is going to have to get the first down. We've got to build some momentum at the start of every drive, no 3-and-outs. We have to capitalize on our scoring drives. We can't get down in the red zone and then either throw an interception or go for it on 4th down and not get in for a score. I mean, Texas High is –
Sorry,
we've got the national anthem. I didn't even realize the national anthem was going on.
I don't want to miss these keys, but I got to take the hat off here. This is early, Ryan. They usually wait till the players get out here to do this. National anthem being played by the Texas High Tiger Band here at Tiger Stadium or Grimm Field. We're not sure what to call it, but it is a beautiful facility. Very, very nice. Okay, Ryan, continue with your keys to the game.
Okay, so as I was saying, we've got to get the first down. We've got to build momentum at the start of every drive.
You may be seated. Friday,
You keep getting interrupted.
They got a little bit of everything going on here before the players get out here.
That was a moment of silence. So, all right, I think you got the floor now, buddy.
Okay. We've got to capitalize on our scoring drives when we're in the red zone. And then I don't know if you've watched any Ted Lasso, but if things are not going our way tonight, we have to be a goldfish. And you know what the best thing about a goldfish is?
Tell me.
They have a 10-second memory. So we can't let any kind of negative plays or calls affect what's going on and affect the rest of the game.
My wife tells me I have a 10-second memory. I must be a goldfish. Well, those are good. I totally agree with that. And if you want a scary statistic, I'm about to give you one. Last week against Pine Tree, Texas High did not allow a first down for Pine Tree until the middle of the third quarter.
Good grief.
And, of course, Jacksonville, Pine Tree came into the Tomato Bowl a couple of weeks ago, and it was, 38-7 Pine Tree. So, you can't totally, multiply that out and get crazy and, think, hey, why are we even playing this game? Mm-hmm. All kinds of things can happen. You never know. Of course, we talked about Hallsville gave Texas High quite a ball game as Jacksonville now comes out of their run through the headdress with American flags leading them. So let me get my Ryan, let's go. Handshake, babe. Got to get them. Got to
get your handshakes in.
Yep. So the players are lining up for the national anthem, and it's already been played. I'm not sure they know that, but maybe they do.
Yeah, I was not expecting the national anthem to be played when it was tonight.
No, they kind of did that a little quick. Hey, they've already played the national anthem. They've already played it. I just told them you could hear me hollering at them. They've already played it. So players were lining up to take their helmets off, and get ready. Let's go, Devin. Have a good one. So, as we were saying, keys to the game, I totally agree that one of the problems Jacksonville has struggled with, Ryan, is when they get in the red zone. They just without a strong running game, you can put 5 guys, 6 guys in that box area and just dare you to run the ball, and that's been a struggle for Jacksonville. So I totally agree with that call right there. That's the key to the game, one of the keys to the game for Jacksonville, to take advantage of the red zone.
Definitely. Yeah, and I mean the first down is going to be huge tonight. I mean, you said last week Pine Tree, one first down. Their first down was in the third quarter. So if we can come out on our first drive and pick up a first down, I mean that's positive already.
And sometimes it's about matchups. I mean, you can have various teams play each other, and one team might struggle like Pine Tree, and then you get a Jacksonville team coming here and rip off 3 or 4 first downs in a row. It's just sometimes it's just matchups. And as I said, maybe Texas High just had a different scheme that was stronger against what Pine Tree was doing. We'll see. I totally agree, though. I mean, you can't go 3 and out on these guys, or you could have a running clock in the second half because they can score.
They definitely can do that.
Fans, I just want to remind you that this part of our countdown to kickoff is brought to you by our good friends Gene Brumelo, JHS class of 1967, and his daughter Ann Farmer, JHS class of 2006. They are the South Jackson Dairy Queen on Highway 69 South. We appreciate Gene and Ann for sponsoring all of our countdown to kickoff portions at this point of the game right before kickoff. Captain's now getting ready to come out to midfield. I didn't get a chance to ask Wayne Coleman, Ryan, if the coin has already been tossed.
I was just about to ask if you had gotten a heads up on that tonight.
Yeah. We'll see about that. And by the way, I just want to apologize up front if I call Ryan Aaron. And with all the injuries that Jacksonville has had in 2021, I just want to let everybody know that Aaron is not out because of an injury.
He's definitely not.
He's healthy. His brother's getting married, and he's has some duties there, so that's why Aaron is not with us tonight. He'll be back next week. But thank goodness we have Ryan Travis, the tech wizard, and also now going to be handling our play-by-play. So, again, I just want to make sure if I call you Aaron, just move on.
I'm sure that you've called him Ryan at some point this season between calling Ryan McCowan and –
Oh, yeah. There's a generation of names, and I've seen – I've been around a lot of generations, by the way, that I see come through,
Yeah.
I mean, for years I saw, Cody's and Justin's, and, now it seems to be Ryan's and Aaron's and those names. So, forgive me. Up front.
No worries here, partner.
So Texas High with a late arrival here. Jacksonville's been out for about 5 minutes now. Of course, there's still 4 minutes to go on the scoreboard before kickoff. So Texas High now starting to come out of the dressing room, as this is it's a seasoned team. They had a lot of guys coming back from last year's team that surprisingly got beat in the bi-district round. I was really surprised they went down early. They were 10-0 and they got beat the first round. But they have a lot of young players in this team. I counted 10 sophomores on the varsity out of 64. So Jerry Stanford, their head coach, he believes in bringing those guys up, get them used to that Friday night experience. And we'll see some of those young players tonight. And
you mentioned earlier, you said they have 101 freshmen. Is that right?
Yeah, it's incredible. 101 freshmen in the Texas High football program, and that they have an A team and a B team. Last night, Jacksonville's freshmen came here to Texarkana and played the A team, and the B team for Texas High's freshman team, they went over and played in Longview. So, and I got to tell you, Jacksonville does not even have 101. A lot of teams that are in Jacksonville's district in 9-5A Division II don't have 101 players from freshman to varsity. But T-High has it in one class.
When you have that many freshmen, you got lots of talent to choose from.
And I was just doing the math. I mean, if you have 400 kids in the freshman class, and there's 1 out of 4 kids, boys, split that because maybe half are girls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 200. So 50% of the male enrollment as freshmen are playing football here in Texarkana. That's a lot of kids, man.
You don't see that very often.
No. I mean, did I do all that math correctly? I think so. Yeah, 400, half girls, half boys. Yeah, that's right. So Texas High now has arrived. They are showing their highlight reel which they have many a highlight so far in 2021, as they can run the football. They have tremendous defense, as we talked about, and Brayson McHenry, the quarterback, can throw the ball, but he's also a great runner. Last week, McHenry had 145 yards rushing against Pine Tree, so he can scoot as well.
It will, and with Jacksonville's run defense being questionable, it may be an interesting night.
And that's the thing that you worry about if you're Kenny Kennedy, the Jacksonville defensive coordinator, as Texas High comes out with the orange smoke, is, if they come out just running the ball down your throat, then you got to roll people up in the box to defend that, and then you expose yourself in the secondary. So a lot of weapons for Texas High. Jacksonville's just going to hopefully just be able to stay on the field with these guys,
because
they're really good.
They had running out.
Yeah, I do.
There were like 30
got players that got too many flags. What's the deal? They had way too much pizza up there too.
Up here in the press box?
Can you have too much pizza? I don't think you can have too much pizza.
Definitely not.
So captains now, that Texas High has come onto the field, the officials were waiting for them. So now the captains will head out. It's J.T. Johnson for Jacksonville. That's Tony Pinson, Coda Kennedy, and Kamantri Woods, senior defensive back, now coming out for the Fightin Indians, wearing their road whites, blue pants, and, of course, the famous feathered helmet.
Glad to see those feathers on there.
Oh, man. It took, 4 weeks to get them on there, but they finally did.
They sure did. And earned them.
They earned it. I mean, a huge win, 49-20 over Hallsville. Unfortunately, that's Jacksonville's only win in 2021 so far. You got Texas High tonight. Next week, White House comes to Tomato Bowl, and then you finish out on the road against Mount Pleasant, as the official now comes and says Jacksonville has won the toss, and they're going to take the football. So Jacksonville will be going from left to right on your computer screen, television monitor, wherever you're streaming tonight's ball game on jhs-sports.com. Glad you're with us. It's already week 8. Seems like yesterday, Ryan, we were rolling out and sitting in the stands in Crandall where it was about 90 degrees. That sun was hitting us. And, boy, now it is just a perfect night for football here in Texarkana.
It's gone by quickly, and it is now football weather.
So Jacksonville will send out their kick returning unit. Isaiah Mallard, Devin McEwen will be back deep. Not a lot of opportunities for Isaiah, who has just been a prolific kickoff return man for Jacksonville in his career. Now he's a senior ever since he was a sophomore. And, boy, it just seems like teams looked at the film and they said, we're not kicking it to 5.
Has he even had a return yet this year?
He's had a couple. I say that. He's probably had about 4. But it seems like Ryan Walker's been the primary guy that's been catching them in the last few weeks. But they've made a few changes on the kickoff return unit here for Jacksonville. So you got Coda Kennedy, Mallard, Pinson across the front as we're set to go week 8. Number 7 in the state, Texas High, Jacksonville. Glad you're with us and with your play-by-play. Here's Ryan Travis.
Austin Miller with the kickoff is deep and is going to bounce out the back of the end zone for a touchback. So Jacksonville will take the ball. Is it 20 or 25 in high school
It's
now?
25.
25.
Yep. They start that 40-second clock after the kickoff. So there's a few differences in the way they do that timing with the 35 or the 40. And so this is the 40-second clock down to 18, plenty of time. Fightin Indians will bring Ryan McCown out at quarterback, Isaiah Mallard in the backfield, and the big guy, tight end Devarian Boyd, in there for the first time at the TE position. And now, what is the stoppage of play? I was about to say, I thought Jacksonville burned a timeout before we even started. That's not it. I think they want to change footballs. Is that
I
what
think we're moving it to the left hash.
You got your choice of which hash you want to move it to. And Jacksonville takes the left hash. Here we go. First play for Jacksonville to start the game.
One each way for the Indians. Ryan McCown takes a snap, drops back to pass, and it is out to Devin McEwen.
Wow,
about 5 yards there.
Man, he took that right off the turf. In fact, I thought that was incomplete. I didn't think he got his hands underneath it and caught it, but the official said, nope, he caught it. Steps out of bounds, gets 6.
I think he picked up 4.
4, there you go. 2nd and 6, thank you.
Two receivers out right for the Indians. Ryan McCowan takes a snap, hands off to Mallard, who runs around the left side, and he's not going to pick up any there, Matt.
Wow. What a tackle there by Javaris Tyson, coming up from his safety position to make that tackle. Mallard had a little step right there. It looked like he was going to get up in the gap, and, boy, that closed in a hurry with his speed that
it did.
T-High has defensively.
That'll bring up 3rd down. This is a big play for the Indians here.
You talked about it. 3rd downs, no gain. Actually, a loss of about a yard. 3rd and 7 for Jacksonville.
McCowan takes a snap. He's going to pitch it over to Mallard, and looks like nothing doing there.
Short
Texas
side of
High
the field.
All over that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the call right there, going to the short side of the field against a team like Texas High that can run you down in a hurry, and lost another yard. So 4th and 8 for Jacksonville, and Dylan Roberts will be standing at his 16-yard line for Jacksonville's first punt. Jalen Jones dropping back for T-High.
Roberts takes a snap, punts it to the right side of the field, and the Indians better down it. It's rolling backwards.
Come on now.
It's down at the 43.
Yeah, you know when the ball's going your direction, you need to stop it. They just kind of let it. Maybe they thought it was going to change directions.
They just kind of looked at it there while it was rolling back to them. Texas High will take over at their own 43-yard line.
So exactly what you said couldn't happen, Ryan does. And Jacksonville goes 3 and out on that first possession.
They do. We'll get a look at the Texas High offense here.
McHenry at quarterback, Stewart at running back.
McHenry takes the snap, throws it out to Cody Reese, and he is going to pick up a 1st down on their first play of the game.
Of course, Texas High has those. They have the dark numbers on the dark orange jerseys. Don't you just love that?
It's really easy to see from up here.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not
It
complaining
isn't
at
from
all.
down here. Maybe it's just my age. But there's a glare down here on the field with the way the lighting is. I mean, if you look up towards you guys, man, it really hits you in the face.
No problem seeing up this way.
1st down, T-High on the first play.
McHenry takes the snap, pulls the handoff, and he's going to throw it out to Blake Rogers for another big gain.
Just a quick look in, or actually just an out route by Rogers. And, well, the accuracy of McHenry right there, the 2-year starter for Texas High, just delivers a perfect timed pass. That's a hard throw to make. It looks easy because it's so short, but the way you have to lead your receiver. And T-High, 2 plays, 2 first downs, and they are at the Jacksonville 27.
McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looking over the middle, and dropped.
Boy, Jacksonville completely busted that coverage right there. And Kenny Kennedy is not happy as the Fightin Indians avoid that disaster because Jaden Kelly lost the ball. Maybe he has the light problems that I'm talking about.
He may have. It looked like he had a hard time finding that.
I mean,
one.
it was right up on that upper that grid of those lights right there where it came down, and he just lost it. And it should have been 6. There wasn't a Jacksonville defender within 10 yards of Jaden Kelly. 2nd and 10 on the incompletion.
McHenry takes the snap, looking left. Oh, off the hands of Blake Rogers and almost intercepted.
Yeah, Cash Bearden came up and laid the wood on the receiver for Texas High, and as you said,
Ball just popped back to
Tony Pinson. He looked like he almost had a shot there from his safety position. He got a hand on it. So here's a 3rd and 10 for Texas High. They had 2 consecutive first downs. Now they have 2 consecutive incompletions.
They do. 2 left, 1 right for the Tigers.
Got the
McHenry
blitz.
stops back. Oh, there's a fumble. Ball's on the ground. And it is recovered by Texas High.
Coda Kennedy Great call by the Jacksonville defensive coaches, sending Kennedy through the gap, and McHenry never saw him. And he did at the last second, too late. And Coda Kennedy with the strip, and T-High falls on the football. So it's going to be 4th down and about 18, we'll call it about 4th and 20. And the Tigers are going to play a little field position here. It isn't 4-down territory for them, I suppose, so they're going to punt the ball here. Devin McEwen standing on his own 10. Nice little stop there for Jacksonville defensively.
Great stop for the Indians. Ball comes back to Miller. Just a high, kind of short kick, but it is getting a favorable bounce, and it's going to be down to about the 13-yard line.
Yeah, that's really a positive occurrence right there for Jacksonville. I mean, it just, the first 2 plays, Ryan, I mean, they just pop. First down. You're at the Jacksonville 26, and then they go 3 and out.
They did.
So fortunate that the receiver lost that one on the lights, but hey, that's part of the game. And then a great strip by Coda Kennedy to force the punt.
Indians starting their second drive from their own 13-yard line. 1 each side. McCowan takes a snap, looking right to Devin McEwen, and it is going to be overthrown.
Pass is incomplete.
So the key coming into the game for Jacksonville offensively, one of the keys is how are they going to defend Devin McEwen? Are they going to double him? Because if you're going to go single coverage on him man-on-man, then you're going to see what you just saw right there. Straight go route. Ryan just let him a little bit too much, as Devin is just now getting back to the line of scrimmage. Gets the play from Ryan McCown. 2nd and 10. They took the shot, didn't work.
2nd and 10 for the Indians. 2 left, 1 right. McCowan takes a snap, fires over to McEwen, but there is a flag on the play.
Yeah, and that's going to be procedure against Jacksonville, because Texas High were sending both of their linebackers, their outside linebackers, around the edges. And they kind of came up and kind of jumped around a little bit, did a hippity hop, and it kind of spooked the Jacksonville offensive line, and they moved. So now 2nd down 15. Moves the ball back to the Jacksonville 8-yard line.
Two left, 1 right for the Indians. Mallard in the backfield with McCowan.
I think you got movement again on Jacksonville.
It sure looked like it.
What is going on?
Ball start. Number 78 of the offense. Half the distance to the goal. Still 2nd down.
And that'll take it back to the 4-yard line.
That is tough. They're going to get Hagan Ray for that one. I mean, granted, Texas High is coming up, and they got a lot of movement on their linebacking area, and they're coming up between the tackles and jumping around. You got to hold your water, man. You can't jump like that. It's week 8.
Yeah, and the defense had a great stop, and the offense is kind of shooting himself in the foot right now. McCowan takes a snap, looking right for McEwen. The pass is caught, and he
complete to McEwen.
Is out to the Jacksonville 13.
Boy, just got rid of it, too, as Isaiah Mallard stayed in the backfield, and he tried to pick up that blitzing linebacker, and he wasn't able to get to him. And, boy, Ryan McCown, you saw the quickness right there of his release. I mean, he just flicked it out there quickly and gets back to the original line of scrimmage, does Devin McEwen on the reception.
That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Indians. And here we are, another 3rd down, Matt.
Another 3rd and long behind the chains.
1 each way for the Indians.
Timeout,
and
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's going to call a timeout.
Yep.
So we'll step away. We'll take it with them. This is Jacksonville Fightin Indian Football on jhs-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in Texarkana. The Indians have a 3rd and 10, and it is crucial that they pick this one up, Matt.
Oh, it's huge. Big play.
McCowan
Blitz.
takes a snap.
Watch the
He's
blitz.
under all kinds of pressure. Finds some time.
He threw it away.
Threw the ball away. So that'll be 4th and 10 for the Indians from their 13. And it looks like another punt.
And you know, you wonder, you think, well, golly, why does he throw it in the stands like that? That thing went up 4 rows. That's a great decision by Ryan McCown. This is a filthy, and I mean that in a positive way for Texas High, a filthy secondary. They will steal everything you throw their way. They're very talented, and Ryan McCown did a nice job, I think, escaping the rush and getting rid of the football.
He definitely did.
So it's a punt, but it's better than throwing an interception right there. So here is Dillon, for his second punt, standing at his own 1-yard line.
Roberts gets the snap, gets the punt off.
Nice.
Headed down the right side, and it's going to roll out at about the Jacksonville 45.
Well, I thought it was a little better than that, but was not returnable. So another, as we call it, short field for Texas High. They started their first drive, about the 48. They're on 48. Now they're at the 45. So this ball game so far in this first quarter, with just under 8 minutes remaining in the first, has been played on this side of the field.
It definitely has. McHenry takes the snap, hands off
Stewart
to Braylon Stewart, and he's going to pick up about 1 yard.
Boy, what a nice job there by, man, he just keeps getting better every week. And that is Caden Franklin at the bottom of that pile. He came in, he scrambled. He almost like had his hands on the ground and was just scrambling to get off of the block and cuts Stewart's legs. Nice tackle.
2 each way for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looking left for Cody Reese. And he's going to get down to the 35. We'll see if they give it to him.
Yeah, a little pop screen pass right there, and he had a blocker out in front. 3rd and short, just short, Ryan.
I think they gave it to him. It looks like they moved in chains.
Well, let's see. Now he gives it to him. All right.
So that'll be a first down
Good call
for the Tigers. 2 right, 1 left. McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looking over the middle, and he's broken up.
Nice play by
Great
Mallard.
play by Mallard.
And see, that's good recovery right there by Isaiah. Got beat on the play, not by too much. The guy had a step on him. It wasn't like too much. It's TJ Gray, a sophomore, by the way. No, check that. Is that 11? No, that's 1. That is TJ, a 10th grader. And Isaiah just went in there and just stripped it, just chopped it out of his hands, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
2 each way for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looking left. Pass is complete to Cody Reese, and that'll be a pickup of 4.
Well, I don't think there's any question that Texas High is doing something totally opposite of what they've been doing in this first quarter all season. They're a running football team. And they've had just maybe 2 runs so far? Everything's been through the air. Yeah.
I think it's just 1.
Just 1, yeah. Stewart a minute ago. Yeah.
That'll bring up 3rd and 6 for the Tigers. 2 right, 1 left. McHenry takes the snap, looking left. Got some Jacksonville guys in front of him, but the pass is complete over the middle to Blake Rogers, and it looks like he will pick up the first down there.
A nice play by the quarterback, McHenry, checking down to his second guy right there, number 9, dragging all the way across the field was Blake Rogers, who's having a big first quarter for T-High, catching the football. First down, Tigers, the Jacksonville 24.
2 left, 1 right. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Braylon Stewart, and he's going to go up the middle for a pickup of about 5, I think.
Yep, Coda Kennedy. Xavier Kendrick on the tackle for Jacksonville, as you're right, picks up 5. In the Jacksonville red zone now.
That'll bring him up to the Indians' 18.
Of course, the Tigers got to the 16 earlier, and then they had the Coda Kennedy strip that forced them to punt.
They did. 2 left, 1 right for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, drops back.
Knocked down. Nice job.
I think that was a fumble.
No, I think it was.
It wasn't touched.
Did Aiden Gay?
No.
He was moving his hand and decided not to throw it, and it fell out of his hand.
Ah, well, he's moving his arm forward, so they won't call that a fumble.
Yeah, it should have been.
Really?
It looked definitely funny from
here. Y'all have the best angle up there. That's a tremendous view, y'all.
That was a fumble.
Oh, wow. Okay. No argument by the Jacksonville coaches, but
that'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Tigers. 2 each way for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looking right. Pass is complete to number 18, Nate Minnie.
Well, Minnie's a big tight end, 6'3", 230. Just went around and just turned around and found the soft spot. And McHenry drills him for the first down, 1st and goal, at the Jacksonville 9-yard line as they convert 3rd down.
2 left, 1 right. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Braylon Stewart, who's around the left side, being tackled by Indians, but not before he gets in for the score.
I like the way the PA announcer announced the touchdown about 3 seconds before the officials signaled.
He did.
Did you notice that?
Yes, he did.
He said touchdown, but even before the officials even signaled. I'm not sure that he was calling it for him. So Texas High on the board, 9-yard touchdown run by the senior Braylon Stewart of Texas High. Here's Miller for the Tigers for the extra point.
All extra points are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This kick is up and good. So that'll bring the score to 7-0. Texas High over Jacksonville with 5:42 left in the first quarter. We'll be back after this short break. You're watching Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Score now, Texas High 7, Jacksonville 0. With the first scoring drive summary of the game, here's Todd Travis.
Oh, that would be a good idea if I was prepared for that. It was a 45-yard drive, ending with a touchdown, putting the Tigers up 7-0.
So Stewart gets the Tigers on the board. Devin McEwen dropping back deep for Jacksonville. Here's the kickoff.
Miller with the kickoff. It's a high ball, going to be caught about the 10-yard line. McEwen running up the middle. He is met by an entire pack of Tigers, it looked like there, Matt.
Man, just not a lot of blocking by Jacksonville's kick return team there. T-High just blew through that first line, and well, I thought McEwen saw a little crease right there. It just closed in a hurry.
It looked like there was a hole, and then there wasn't one.
That's how fast Texas High
it closed in a hurry.
It did. So here's Jacksonville's third offensive possession with 5:36 remaining in this first quarter, 7-0 T-High. But Jacksonville, they've got to get a first down and get some confidence here.
They definitely do. 1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 24. McCowan takes the snap, looking right for McEwen. The ball, I think that's a catch.
Caught that
wow,
thing.
What a catch for McEwen.
He caught it. But there's a flag on this side of the field, Ryan, right in front of the Jacksonville bench. So it's probably not going to be procedure against Jacksonville. It shouldn't be because they would have stopped the play. But let's see.
Let's see what the call is.
What a catch by McEwen. Boy, McCown laid that out perfectly. Oh, they're going to get Jacksonville for a guy downfield? What are you talking about? Oh, the coaches are arguing this call.
There's no way. He threw that ball too quick.
How could you
There's
be
no way.
downfield when he threw it that quickly?
Not when he let go of it.
Oh, my.
No. If they looked up and saw Devin catching it and then looked, maybe. But not when he released it.
Good grief. All right, well, a 5-yard penalty against the Indians, so that'll bring up 2nd and 15.
I mean,
and back them up to their 19.
Wayne Coleman is still arguing. He's got a great argument.
He does.
There's no way Ryan McCown took that ball and threw it immediately. Once it releases his hand, there's nobody downfield. It's gone. The ball's gone.
It's okay. They made the call. Time to be a goldfish. McCown takes the snap, hands it off,
Fumble.
and it looks like it's going to be fumbled. We'll see who they say has it.
I think Jacksonville looks like they fell on it.
Jacksonville recovers.
Great recovery.
Yeah, boy, that helps. As Mallard got the handoff, he went into the mix master and came out of it without the football.
2nd down 20.
So 2nd and 20. You get a big play like that, you get the first down and ticky-tack. I'm sorry, man. I don't see how you make that call there. Maybe some official somewhere listening can explain
2nd and 20. McCown takes the snap, looks over the middle for Calvin Bryant, and he's got 2 guys on him there. Pass is broken up.
Looking for Calvin Bryant over the middle. He's a big target, is Calvin, but boy, Texas High closed on that and knocked it down. Calvin never even got a hand on it. It was 2 Texas High Tigers getting their first. Incomplete. 3rd down, 18.
I think it's 3rd and 19.
3rd and 19.
Yeah.
18-19, hey.
Either way.
It's going to be that kind of night. Hopefully not.
Yeah.
Now Jacksonville's got a guy missing, and they're going to have to call a timeout. And my goodness.
Well, we'll take it with them. You're watching Fightin Indian football on jhs-sports.com.
Gene Bromlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. The Indians are facing a 3rd and 19, and they really need to pick up the first down here.
Huge. And we'll be using that word a lot tonight for Jacksonville offensively. It's huge for them to convert.
It is huge for them to convert this. 2 left, 1 right for the Indians. McCowan drops back, takes a snap, looking right for Calvin Bryant, and it's just over his head.
And there's a flag thrown into the backfield right there. Looks like it may be holding on Jacksonville. I've seen games start like this where it just seems like everything's going against you. And it is going to be holding on Hagen Ray. That's his 2nd penalty. You got to get it together, son.
That'll bring up 4th down.
You got a procedure. You got a hold now.
Penalties are killing the Indians right now.
Just killing them. So here's Dylan Roberts standing at his 3-yard line as the game continues to be played on the Jacksonville end of the field.
Snap is back. Roberts catches and punts to the right side of the field, and it's going to go out about the 37-yard line.
A little bit deeper angle right there. I understand what Dylan's trying to do. He's trying to keep it away from the punt returners for T-High, but you angle it just a little bit deeper than right there at that sideline. So now they start this drive at the 36 of Jacksonville. The previous drives were started just the other side of the 50-yard line. And this one right here is really a short field. So T-High up 7-0 here in the first.
And they'll take over.
The Indians still don't have a first down.
And they'll take over 1st and 10 from the Indians 36. 2 right, 1 left for the Tigers.
Soft coverage out here. Look at this.
McHenry and Stewart in the backfield. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Stewart, who runs up the middle. He's got some room down the left side. And Dylan Roberts is going to tackle him out of bounds about the 7-yard line.
Well, that was a solid running play for Texas High, but I can understand why the Tigers have been hitting Blake Rogers so much. I mean, Jacksonville's playing so soft on him on the slot. He's in the slot right now, and look at the distance between him and Tony Pinson, the safety. Just flip it to him, huh?
McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Stewart, and he is down at the Indians' 5-yard line.
Nice tackle by Darian Hinton. There's linebacker
on the
position.
Tackle, 2nd and goal.
So 2nd and goal at the 5 of Jacksonville. This offensive line for Texas High just as large as, maybe not in height. They don't have any 6'5" guys up there like the defensive line has 2 of them. But these guys are 270, 280.
They are some big boys. 2 left, 1 right for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Stewart, who runs up the middle, and he is met by Aiden Gay. And I think he's going to pick up about.
Well, Aiden Gay did a nice job. The senior defensive tackle, who was a 2-year starter for Jacksonville, offensively moving over to the defensive side this year, and did a nice job standing Stewart up. And then, of course, your linebackers, Coda, Darian come in and help, and Caden Franklin. Stewart does pick up about a yard with his strength. He'll check out of the ball game. No, he stays in, excuse me. It's Braylon still in there for T-High.
That'll bring up 3rd and 3. McHenry takes the snap, flips it out to Blake Rogers.
Touchdown, Texas High.
And a flag.
Flag on the play.
Okay. So insult to injury, it looks like, as Rogers with the
TD.
3-yard, we'll call it 4-yard touchdown reception out of the backfield from Brayson McHenry. And then as soon as he crossed the goal line,
The result of the play was a
let's
touchdown.
see the call here.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 7 of the defense. A 15-yard penalty being forced on the kickoff.
So Dylan Roberts is going to be hit with the penalty after the touchdown, so they'll mark that 15-yarder off on the kickoff. Here's the extra point for Texas High.
Austin Miller in for the extra point. All extra points are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This one is up and is good. So that'll bring the score. Texas High 14, Jacksonville 0. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
That 100% beef Whataburger takes 2 hands and all of your attention. So yeah, now's the time to sneak that fry. Good thing there's plenty to savor. Good thing there's Whataburger.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Score Texas High 14, Jacksonville 0 with 2:52 left in the first quarter. Here's Todd Travis with a scoring drive summary.
It was a 4-play drive, covered 36 yards, finishing with a touchdown, putting the Tigers up 14-0. Well, they tried an onside kick and did not get close to the 10 yards.
The penalty being enforced on the kickoff.
Yeah, that's
Texas
a good call.
High is trying an onside kick and just didn't work out.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, you got the short kickoff. I mean, why put him at the 25? You can take a shot right there, but particularly how good your defense is. You don't care if you give Jacksonville the ball.
We appreciate the field position.
Absolutely. And you don't, as good as you are on defense right there, why not? So Jacksonville's going to obviously get their best field position on their 4th possession here in this first quarter. So it isn't like, Jacksonville isn't getting opportunities when you've had your 4th possession in the first quarter. But when you go 3 and out, hey, that's what happens. 45-yard line of Jacksonville.
One each way for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, hands off to Mallard, and he's going to go up the right side and pick up about 3.
This is a tough tackling Texas High team, and this is going to be probably the hardest hitting that Jacksonville has had. And as you see Isaiah Mallard coming off the field, I mean, he's kind of gimpy. He still has those 2 ankles, but he really took a shot. He'll check out, and it'll be Darian Hinton in the backfield with Ryan McCowan. on 2nd down and 7.
McCowan takes a snap, hands off to Darian Hinton, and he goes up the middle, and doesn't look like he's going to pick up a yard on that one, Matt.
It's just a collapsing. Texas High, basically, they just collapsed Jacksonville's offensive line, and the linebackers are right there in the gap. They're just daring Jacksonville to run the football. You look at their coverage in the secondary, just like Wayne Coleman said in smoke signals, he thinks they'll come out in the cover 2. That's what they're doing. They're trying to take away the deep ball, and they've been able to do that except for that one to Devin that should have been. Anyway, never mind.
McCowan takes a snap, fakes, looking right, deep for
is.
McEwen, who is open.
He got it.
Caught and down to the Tigers' 5-yard line.
What a toss by Ryan, stepping up in the pocket and just getting that pass away, Ryan. He had pressure, and he did the dipsy doodle move, and he gets open and gets his arm cocked, and he delivers a strike to McEwen, who beat his man down the sideline.
And had lots of room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just a perfect pass, catch, and Jacksonville's in business, 1st and goal.
1st and goal for the Indians, looking to punch this one in. One each way for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, hands it off to Hinton, who goes up the middle. And I think they've got him just short of the goal line.
That was a fast whistle.
This guy on the sideline right here is killing me. I mean, he ran in there while Darian was still moving, and he blew his whistle.
We were just getting our lineman to give him a push, and he whistled it.
Wayne Coleman is about to lose it on this guy.
He needs to.
That's terrible. Great run by Darian down to the half-yard line. 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from the 1. One each way for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking right, and going to go out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, he
come on.
Man, that's a late hit on the quarterback.
That is a late hit.
They are not going to get any calls tonight, I can tell you.
And he's looking at it and just, no.
Just knocked him on his back right there after the throw.
Yeah, that was really late.
Man, the first quarter's not even over, and I'm upset. I mean,
that may be a record.
Calm down.
Goldfish, Matt, goldfish.
3rd and goal, goldfish. Got you.
McCowan takes a snap, hands off to Hinton, who runs around the left side. Touchdown, Indians.
Oh, that was close. Darian lost the football, but he got it over the front, over that white line, and breaks the plane for the score, and Jacksonville on the board.
Great push from the O-line there, too.
Yeah, nice job by Darian planting that foot and going right into the teeth of the defense, knowing that he was going to get popped. And here is Aaron Bergera, Ryan McCown will hold.
Aaron Bergera's kick is up and good. That'll bring the score 14-7. 21 and a half seconds left here in the 1st quarter. You're watching Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication of the students at JHS. For more information about our school, please visit jsd.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Score now 14-7. And with the Indian scoring drive summary, here's Todd Travis.
It was a 6-play drive, covered 55 yards, finishing with a touchdown. Oh, he fumbled, making it Indians 7, Tigers 14, and we recovered the kickoff.
Jacksonville gets it. Kendrick with the recovery. Fighting Indians in business on the turnover. What a nice pop-up kick by the sophomore Jordan Cabrera for Jacksonville.
And Texas High just didn't catch it.
I mean, it was a perfect kick right on the sideline, and the receiver for Texas High right there, I think it was 25, Joe Miller. He's a sophomore. Jacksonville found him. You like to find those sophomores on the kickoffs. He was looking at the sideline for a second to see if he was out of bounds. I don't know why. He signaled for a catch, lost the ball. Kendrick gets the recovery in Jacksonville. First down at the Tiger 39.
1st and 10 for the Indians after the huge recovery. McCowan takes the snap, looking left downfield for McEwen, and it's off his chest and incomplete.
I think a hand came in there at just the last second, or McEwen makes that catch. And he was coming down with it as the Tigers' number 22 right there. Let me get his number. That's right. It's 22. It's Michael Thomas, the senior. He came in and just had enough of a tip on that ball to where McEwen couldn't control it.
There is a penalty back here, Matt.
Oh, okay. Well, that wouldn't have mattered anyway.
Back the Indians up. Probably holding based on the 10 yards there.
I would expect some holding calls tonight for Jacksonville because they're doing everything they can to protect Ryan McCown. This is a tremendous front for T-High.
Yes, it is. One each way for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, running out of room, and throws the ball away.
He was looking for McEwen again as McEwen broke off his route, and McCowan just didn't have time to go that direction, so he just plants his foot, jumps a la Tim Tebow, and throws a 30-yarder out of bounds, incomplete. So
is there another penalty?
It looked like it.
What?
They're calling intentional grounding.
For what? He got it past the line of scrimmage.
That was past the line of scrimmage. No.
Are you kidding me? You can't go holding. Oh, my goodness. You can't go holding.
That ball was past the line of scrimmage.
That was past the line of scrimmage. I saw the coach catch it on the sideline.
But there was a receiver out there. I mean, there was clearly a receiver well within that throw. Yeah, well, it's going to be one of those nights, guys.
It looks that way.
Prepare for a lot of screaming from the sideline, guy.
We're getting plenty of it up here, that's for sure. 2 right, 1 left for the Indians. McCowan takes a snap, looking left for Mallard, and nothing doing there.
That's just a great open field tackle by Michael Thomas, a loss of a yard, and we'll end this first quarter 14-7 Texas High.
Into the first quarter, Texas High 14, Jacksonville 7. We'll take a short break and come back. You're watching Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium as we're beginning the second quarter of play. Tigers 14, Indians 7. And some unfortunate penalties here for the Indians.
Well, that first quarter was rough for Jacksonville penalty-wise. Not saying that all of them, weren't penalties, but man, oh man, oh man. You're outside the tackle box and you get at the line of scrimmage, that is not intentional grounding. Nevertheless, that was the call, so it's third and long for Jacksonville.
McCowan takes a snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield, and the pass is broken up.
Pinson was the intended receiver. Nice play by C.J. Brown, even if the ball would have been caught well short of the first down. So Jacksonville unable to take advantage of the kickoff fumble that Xavier Kendrick recovered at the 39 of T-High. They go 3 and out. So here's Dylan Roberts with his 4th punt. Get the Ben Gay ready. 4th punt in this first half already. Would they still use Ben Gay? That's old.
Don't ask me. Roberts' punt is up.
Let it bounce. Oh, he picked it up. Look out.
Texas High picks it up. Ryan Walker
nice tackle.
on the tackle.
Beautiful Walker.
Jalen Jones
yes.
for Texas High there on the return.
And that's a great job by Ryan Walker, the sophomore, because, you got to stay in your lane. Even though the ball's bouncing, looks like it's going to be down, hey, stay home. You don't know if the guy's going to pick it up. Sure enough, he does. You're home, you make the tackle. So Texas High gets the football in their worst field position in this ball game so far. They'll start
at their own 33.
Yeah.
Texas High takes over 1st and 10 from their own 33. McHenry takes the snap, hands the ball off to Braylon Stewart up the middle for 1.
Clog that up, Ryan, as McKalen Horn, Caden Franklin, the 2 DTs for Jacksonville. Nice job right there. Bowen's also in on the tackle.
2 left for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, rolling to his left, and it is out to Rogers.
Nice catch.
On the left side there.
I tell you, Rogers is an impressive receiver for the Texas High Tigers. He's the leading receiver for them coming into this ball game in Week 8, and you can see why. Perfect route, just towed that sideline, got not just one foot in like you have to do in high school and college football. He got both feet in. I guess he's preparing for the league.
That would have been good in the NFL. 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 45. McHenry takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking right over the middle, and the ball is dropped.
Offsides against Jacksonville.
The ball was intended for TJ Gray.
They're going to get Coda Kennedy on the blitz, and he just anticipated too quickly there. Watch the ball.
This is Flagmageddon tonight.
I mean, it is just unbelievable, the penalties. So as a free play for Texas High, incomplete. Should have been 6. I mean, hit him right in the hands.
It did, and he dropped it.
So 1st and 5 now as the ball gets pushed to the 50.
1st and 5 for the Tigers, 3 right. McHenry takes the snap, looks out to the right to Stewart, who breaks a tackle and is going to pick up the first down, 6 yards on that play.
A little nifty move right there to get that first down. Jacksonville, I thought, played that quite well. That Texas High scored on that play with Rogers. This time they go to their running back out of the backfield, Stewart. And Jacksonville, even though they gave up the first down right there, they played it well and kept him contained.
McHenry takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks left to Rogers once again, and Devin McEwen and Calvin Bryant are there, but not before he picks up the first down.
Yeah, it's tough to defend a team like Texas High. They have so many weapons, and of course Rogers, I think, was probably his 5th or 6th catch right there. He just has a knack for getting open, and again, not press coverage for Jacksonville, so they're giving Rogers some space to catch. And look where he is right now in the slot. Look at how much space he's being given right there. So now we got a flag procedure on T-High. But Ryan, look at that when you come up to the line of scrimmage right there and you see the space. And I mentioned this earlier.
Rogers got about 8 yards.
I mean, he has a lot of room if you flip him the ball right there, and they've done that a couple times.
Mm-hmm. And he's shown that he's explosive and can get upfield in a hurry.
So 1st and 15 now for T-High.
1st and 15, 2 each way for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, flips it out to Stewart on the left, and he's got a blocker and picks up about 6, but there is a flag on the play.
Well, let's see where it's not thrown in the holding area, but it was a screen play, so that could be holding. It could be holding because they had the screen set up and the linemen were coming out to block for Stewart. I think that's going to be the call. It is.
I believe it is.
Yeah, holding against T-High. So 2 consecutive penalties on the Tigers will make it 1st and 25 now. Well, actually, let's see. I'm not sure because they're going to call it from the spot of the foul. So 1st and 23, is that what that looks like? No, it's
1st and 25.
Make a call. I don't care. 1st and 23, that's good.
I think it's 1st and 25.
Yeah, it is 1st and 25.
McHenry takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, Pass is downfield for Gray and incomplete.
Oh, good. Oh, man. There you go. They're going to call pass interference on that? Yeah, man, it's not going to be a good night. You can face guard in high school football.
I'm going to agree with you on that one for sure because, no, they're standing there side by side and he reaches over and blocks it. There's no pass interference.
Way that's pass interference.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
When's
the last time that we saw this many flags in like a quarter and less than a half?
I don't know, man.
Goodness gracious.
It is not going to be a good night in Texarkana. The officials are throwing a lot of flags, and they are not going the Fightin Indians' way.
Well, they were until that one on this drive.
Yeah, I mean,
it was 1st and 25.
I mean, Calvin Bryant, I agree that he did not know exactly where the ball was, but you can face guard. And when the ball came down, the T-high receiver reached over him and slapped it down. They called Calvin for interference. Oh, my goodness. First down.
2 left, 1 right for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Stewart.
Nice play.
Pick up about 3 on that one.
Oh, a good play by Darian Hinton, sliding down the line of scrimmage. Very nice.
3, 2nd down, 7.
So 2nd down, 3 for T.I.
2nd, 7.
7. Oh, they gained 3. 2nd,
McHenry,
7.
McHenry drops back.
Pressure.
Lots of pressure. And
now
finally,
is that going to be? That's
got to
be. Throw that flag now.
That's exactly
in the area.
That's the throw that flag
the
now.
same thing.
Let's see if he throws it. Come on, buddy, throw it. No. He's not calling it.
It's a little home cooking, it seems like here
tonight. Oh, no.
Absolutely.
You got to be kidding me. They are cheating like you would not believe. I never say officials are cheating. I don't believe they're cheating on purpose. No way. No, I don't think anybody does it on purpose. I just think that there's something ticking right now.
There's a little home cooking, it looks like, going on here.
Yeah, there's something that's wrong here.
Well,
that's
he did turn around and look at the home coaches here.
I mean, Ryan McCown was almost in the exact same spot where McHenry threw that ball.
And we had a receiver that was way closer than that one.
Yeah, there was nobody close.
Wow. McHenry takes a snap, drops back, looking right, and it is caught by Gray, who beats Calvin Bryant and is going to go in for the touchdown.
You know, when you get those calls like that, you know what you have a tendency to do? You have a tendency to think about those calls. Oh man, this ain't fair. This is wrong. And what happens? They're going to score on you because you lose your focus. So T-High with the score from 28 yards to Stewart. I believe that was Stewart, correct?
It was Gray.
Gray, excuse me. Thank you. Sophomore Gray.
Yep. Austin Miller with the extra point. All extra points are brought to you by Homes and Property Realty, and this one is up and good. So that'll bring the score. Texas High 21, Jacksonville 7 with 8:48 left to go here in the second quarter. You are watching Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Tigers taking the 21-7 lead. And with the scoring drive summary, here's Todd Travis.
It was a 10-play drive, covered 67 yards, including lots of penalties.
Yeah, a lot of help.
A lot of help.
From the Zebras.
Finished with a touchdown, putting the Tigers up 21-7.
Miller's kick
picked the ball.
Is on the 13. McEwen picks it up, runs left, has a hole.
Of course there's a flag.
And now
yeah, there's a flag. Of course there is.
By
good call, Todd. I mean,
goodness gracious. Jaden Kelly on the tackle.
As soon as Devin got off the field for 30, I was waiting for the flag, and there it is. By the way, as they
do you have how many penalties that everybody's got now? This is something else.
Tell me so I can tell this guy right here so he'll know how unfair it is.
I don't know if that's necessary, Matt.
No, it's not. By the way, I got a great text from Jacksonville ISD Police Chief Bill Avera. He said it's his understanding that they renamed the stadium Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park.
Okay.
So we were right both ways. It is Tiger Stadium. It's also Grimm, but it's not Grimm Stadium. It's Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. Thank you, Bill Avera, Jacksonville ISD Police Chief. So here's Jacksonville after the penalty mark off. Penalty number 94.
2 right, 1 left for the Indians. McCowan takes a snap, rolling to his right, and he is going to be brought down by – who's that on the ground? Can you see what number that guy is?
That's number 16 right there, Ian Kreit. And also got a text from our tech wizard extraordinaire of the GISD, the media department, Lee Traylor. Just watched that Devin McEwen. You remember the one they called the lineman downfield?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Does it surprise you that Lee said he watched it back and it's a no?
Not at all.
You don't say.
Thank you, Lee.
1 each way for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, hands it off to Hinton, who breaks a couple tackles.
He's still
up and running. But they're going to call him down. Are you kidding me? Oh, my gosh. This is getting interesting here in Texarkana tonight.
Are you good there? I'll do it again. Come on.
That'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Indians. And once again, a 3rd down that is a must convert.
I'm just losing it down here, man. He was 30 yards away, and he calls Darian down. The other guy right in front of him doesn't do it.
2 each way for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, drops back, rolling to his left, and the pass is incomplete.
Let's see the call here.
They're going to call him for crossing the line.
Who's across the line? Oh, you're talking about lineman downfield?
I think he's calling Ryan McCowan for –
no, it's an eligible receiver, yeah. I didn't think Ryan was behind the line. I thought he got rid of it. He's close, though.
Yeah.
He was close.
It feels like we've barely had a play tonight that hasn't had a penalty.
I can't believe it's just 21-7 with the calls that have gone against Jacksonville. And anybody that has watched our broadcasts through the years knows that we're not a bunch of whiners about officials. We don't do that. But tonight, we are the biggest whiny babies you'll ever hear with these calls.
Roberts gets this punt off, fielded by Jalen Jones, breaks a couple tackles, and is going to be down at the Jacksonville 49.
Nice tackle by Hagan Ray coming down. Darian Hinton also in on the tackle. Good coverage for the Jacksonville punt team, but once again, Texas High will get good field position to start this drive at the Jacksonville 49-yard line.
We'd like to thank the following restaurants for donating.
Sometimes when you feel like, all the breaks aren't going your way, you got to make your own breaks. If you're Jacksonville, you got to overcome it. You got to make a play. You got to play good defense right here, get a stop, get the ball back. You're in this game. It's 21-7 against the number 7 state-ranked team in Texas.
6:41 here to go in the second quarter. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Stewart, and he is met in the backfield by Darian Hinton.
Just a beautiful play. I tell you, really got that thing started. He's got to get up. I got to see if that's Horner Franklin. And it's Caden. Caden Franklin, who was our Austin Bank Defensive Player of the Week last week against Nacogdoches. He stopped Stewart dead in his tracks, and then Hinton was able to come in and finish him off. What a tackle. Lost a yard, loss of 1 on the play.
That'll bring up, look like a loss of 2. 2nd and 12.
Movement on T-High.
These guys are just throwing flags to throw flags, it seems like, at this point. Goodness gracious.
Yeah,
I mean, we'll take it for this one, but good grief.
Well, we got.
There's probably been more flags than plays at this point.
It's amazing.
That'll bring up 2nd and 17 for the Tigers. 2 each way. Stewart in the backfield. McHenry takes a snap, drops back, looking left. It is tipped, and the pass to Cody Reese is incomplete.
Yeah, I had a chance to catch it, but Coda Kennedy just messed that play up, buddy. Came in off the edge, anticipated McHenry's throw, got up in the air, and he tips it. But Rogers almost came back and makes that catch. It's incomplete. 3rd down, 18 to go. Can you get your defense off the field right here? Where's Rogers? Oh, that's too soft for me. Come up, Tony. Come up, Tony.
3 right, 1 left for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, rolls to his right.
Holding!
That's holding. That's holding.
He's going to keep it and runs out of bounds.
He's not calling that.
At the Indians' 46-yard line.
I mean, DeVarian Boyd was getting his jersey taken off right there. And anybody, look, this, oh, man. I gotta be quiet. Just play the game.
That's all we can do at this point.
That's all you can do.
We can't even play. They're playing.
It's just terrible.
Yeah.
So obvious.
2 left, 1 right for the Tigers.
4th down,
McHenry
going for it.
Takes a snap on 4th down.
Tipped! Yeah!
Incomplete. Pass intended for
and DeVarian
TJ Gray over here on the right side.
Yeah, excuse me, Ryan. DeVarian Boyd, who was held on the previous play, said, okay, you're not going to call the hold. I'm going to jump up and slap this one away. So 2 deflections by Jacksonville from the Coda Kennedy blitz, and then now DeVarian Boyd from his defensive end position. He gets his hand in the passing lane, knocks it down, and Jacksonville stops the 4th and 7 conversion. There we go.
It's a huge defensive stop for the Indians.
Big. And, in Jacksonville with decent field position here to do something. 5:26 remaining, only 1 timeout, though, for the Indians left in this half.
1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 46. Waiting on a substitution here, it looks like.
Got it?
2 receivers right, 1 left.
I'm waiting
Hinton in the backfield with McCowan.
I'm waiting for Boyd. I'm waiting for Boyd on the tight end to make a catch.
McCowan drops back, rolling to his right. Throw is to Calvin Bryant, and it is caught for the Bill McRae Ford 1st down.
Oh, my goodness. What a catch. What a comeback right there. Ryan McCown making eye contact downfield with Calvin Bryant, and Bryant does the smart thing, comes back for the ball, gets 1 foot in, 1st down Jacksonville with the catch at the T-high 38.
Indians into Tiger territory. 1 each way for the Indians. Hinton in the backfield. McCowan takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws right to Calvin Bryant.
That's Devin.
That's Devin? Okay.
And that ball got tipped. Great concentration by Devin right there as McCown's pass tipped at the line of scrimmage. And Devin just focused on the football. It was coming at him end over end almost. He makes the catch for 7, 2nd and 3.
That'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Indians from the Tiger 32.
Hinton checks in the backfield for Jacksonville.
2 receivers left. McCowan takes the snap, hands off to Hinton, who goes up the middle and is driven back, but I think they're only going to give him a yard on that one.
Just, again, this sounds like a broken record. Just absolutely no push from the Jacksonville offensive line. They're getting shoved in the backfield as Hinton with his shoe off now. He may need to check out. He's trying to get that shoe on. Play clock at 20. He's got it back on. So 3rd down, still 3 to go. They gave him a yard. You're right, Ryan. 3rd down, 3.
1 receiver each side for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, hands off to Hinton, up the middle, and that is good for another Bill McRae Ford 1st down.
Just put your head down and just rumble. And the 215-pounder, the senior Hinton, gets the Jacksonville Bill McRae Ford 1st down. He'll check out. Isaiah Mallard back in the ball game. That's good to see. Football at the Tiger 26, first down, Jacksonville, as we go toward the 3.5-minute mark in the first half.
One receiver each way for the Indians. McCowan hands off to Mallard, running around the right side and is stopped by Darren Finley.
Boy, Finley just came in from his linebacker position and shot the gap, and just pure speed right there. Saw an opening, and boy, as soon as Isaiah turned that corner, Finley all over him. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13 as we go under 3 minutes on this play. Again, Jacksonville has 1 timeout remaining here in this first half.
2nd and 13 from the Tiger 30. One receiver each side for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, hands off to Mallard, who runs up the middle.
Oh, flag.
And is met by a host of Tigers, but there is a flag on the play.
What do you bet they call holding?
Brandon Childs defending for Texas High.
There's probably a good probability for that one.
Yeah, where they threw it, right in the middle of the deal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be holding on T-High? You got to be kidding. They're going to call it defensive holding.
Wow.
He pointed at T.I., the official did.
Hands to the face.
Well, you know, the Jacksonville coaches, I heard them talking to the officials about T.I.'s defensive front doing that. They're getting those hands under the chin of the offensive lineman of Jacksonville, and they finally call it. So automatic first down, pushes the ball down to the T.I. 15. First down, Jacksonville.
And 10 for the Indians from the Tiger 15-yard line. Two receivers left for the Indians. McEwen in the backfield. McCowan takes the snap, hands off to McEwen over the right side. Nothing doing. Loss of 1 on the play.
Just can't fight them off, Ryan. I mean, it's just as soon as earlier it was Darian, and then it was Devin right there. As soon as they get, Isaiah a moment ago. As soon as they get that handoff, those defensive linemen, they've already shed whatever kind of block Jacksonville has put out there, and they're right there on you. Loss of a yard.
They are
2nd and 11.
Definitely closing quickly on defense.
So hang on, Jacksonville's missing somebody. Here comes Pinson. He'll check in for Ryan Walker.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Indians, but I think they're going to burn a timeout
Their
here.
last one.
And with 1:35 left in the second quarter, we'll take it with them. You're watching Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com. Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better. Since 1953, Hubert Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Hubert Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business. Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Score is 21-7. Minute 35 left here in the second quarter. Indians have a 2nd and 11 in front of them. Definitely need to score before half. 2 left, 1 right. McCowan
Look out.
He's got McEwen, but it is out of the end zone.
Boy, Ryan McCowan took a shot. And I knew coming into the ball game that T-High was just going to tee off, if you will, on Ryan McCown. They're going to bring guys off the edge, and that's been a weakness for Jacksonville, is to pick up those outside blitzes and just leave Ryan exposed like that. He just got that pass away, and it was too far for Devin. So 3rd down, 11. Jacksonville has to get to the Texas High 5-yard line to get a first down. No timeouts with 1:30 remaining. Clearly, you got 2 plays here to make these 11 yards.
McCowan takes the snap, drops back, rolls to his right, being chased by some Tigers, throws it, and the pass is incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 11 here with 1:23 left to go in the second quarter.
So good effort there by Devin coming back for the ball, and I like where Ryan McCowan put that football away from that safety so that he couldn't get the pick. All he could do was get a hand in there and knock it away. So 4th and 11, Ryan McCowan gets the play from Wayne Coleman. And as I said, the Indians, they got to get to the 5 to get the first down here. What is Cash? What are you doing, son? Come on off. Okay, there he goes. Now we got illegal substitution.
Oh, my goodness.
Why did Cash come on the field? They're going to call illegal substitution on Jacksonville. I don't know why Cash Bearden ran out on the field. I mean, Jacksonville had their play call. They were out on the field. Cash just ran on the field. I don't know. Then he
and
came
that'll
off.
back him up 5 for a 4th and 16 now.
Well, it gives him a little bit more room maybe
Does
to
give
work
him
the
a
end
little
zone.
bit more room
Yeah.
to work with.
Yeah.
Which could be positive. They are outside the red zone now.
So you got Calvin Bryant, Devin McEwen doubled up on the left side for Jacksonville.
2 each way. McCowan takes the snap, drops back, looks over to the right side. Caught by Pinson.
Yeah, it was going to be the hook and
but
lateral.
short of the first down.
They had a hook and lateral set up to Isaiah Mallard as Pinson he got wrapped up. This is a very
Who's down?
Oh, we got a lineman down.
Looks like Brantley Bauer.
It's a very physical Texas High team, and they tackled Tony Pinson. They weren't going to let him pitch that ball out to Mallard. So Texas High will take over on downs. We'll check on Bauer. Let's take a break.
All righty, we'll take a break real quick. You're watching Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Homes and Properties Realty agents work hard for you to offer a full-service experience. They pride themselves on giving both buyers and sellers the representation they deserve and are ready.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High taking over on downs. They'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their own 16.
Homes and Properties Realty.
You know, at some
Pass from
point,
McHenry is out to the right for Blake Rogers.
At some point, Brian, you got to have to play a little bit tighter on Blake Rogers. He is going to eat you up all night.
Since 1952, Texas Farm.
Texas High does have all 3 timeouts remaining here on this, as there 1:12 remaining in this first half. First down.
McHenry takes a snap, looks to his left. The ball is tipped and incomplete.
Yeah, nice job by Aiden Gay. He forced McHenry to dump that pass right in front of Jordan Kelly. Yep. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 stops the clock. So
Bring up 2nd and 10.
Ryan, I was going to say the Indians getting a nice push from their defensive line and getting pressure on McHenry.
They are. McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looking left for Cody Reese, and he's going to get out of bounds
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
at the 40-yard line to pick up first down.
So the rule is that, let's see if they start the clock right here. He went out of bounds, but he got pushed out. And so that should keep the clock running. If my understanding, if he goes out on his own.
I think he went out on his own.
Did he? Okay.
He might have got touched after he went out, but I think that was.
Okay. That's why
that was on his own.
They haven't started it yet.
Yep. McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looking left for Reese again. And it is good for a first down, but the clock will keep running.
Well, they'll move the chains, and as soon as they get them set, now they'll start the clock.
They call timeout.
Timeout, Tigers. That's their first one.
And we'll take it with them. You're watching Fightin Indian football on JHS-sports.com.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. 51 seconds left here in the first half. Tigers have a 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looks right, but not before he is sacked.
Big boy, DeVarian, the 260-pound junior defensive end, gets the huge sack as Texas High not taking a timeout right here. I think they're just going to let this run out.
It's going to be a loss of 11 on that
Well, I mean, they're going to run a play, but they're not managing the clock at all here. Big sack by Boyd for Jacksonville.
McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looks over to his right, and the pass intended for Gray is over his head and incomplete.
So 3rd down and 20 now with 18.3 seconds remaining. And if you're Jacksonville, keep everybody in front of you. You see the coverage, Ryan, looking downfield right there. The Indians running 4 across.
Little prevent. Two right, one left, and McHenry is going to take a knee, and we are going to go to the half. So at halftime, Texas High 21, Jacksonville 7.
Get Wayne Coleman's comments here. Coach, you can walk and we can talk. Okay. My goodness, I don't even want to talk about 9-4 on penalties, but you had some killer penalties. But you're hanging in there with the number 7 state-ranked team. How do you feel?
We get a 50-yard penalty on something we didn't even do. It's just terrible,
So how do you overcome it? We were talking about, hey, sometimes, though, when you think about those penalties and players, how do you put that out of your head and focus?
No, we rally around it, and we go in the locker room, and you say, you know what? We want this challenge. We want to beat the officials, and we want to beat the Texas High Tigers.
You said you wanted to go deep to Devin. It's working right now.
Yeah, it's so far so good. They got lucky on one down in the end zone, but we had another one right there.
And you're running the ball a little better, too.
Yeah, we've got to mix it up and kind of keep the fresh back in there.
Coach, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
That's head coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles halftime interview. There we are at halftime as the Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band gets set to go. Guys, we'll take a break.
Before they get started, I just got a text with an update for the Rusk game.
Okay.
Rusk is up on Carthage, 14-7 at the half.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Hey, man, that's why you play the game. That's great. All right, we're going to take a break, and then we'll come back with a Jacksonville High School performance at the half here at, let me get this right, Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. That's the name of it here on the Whataburger Halftime Report.
Come see us at Dairy Queen on South Jackson before or after every Fightin Indian game to try our family favorites meal. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Did you know that homes and properties realty listings are advertised on hundreds of websites worldwide? Their agents can show you any property listed in beautiful East Texas and the surrounding area. Call them today.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Welcome back to the Whataburger Halftime Report. Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band and Cherokee Charmers underway here at Tiger Stadium. Matt, I'll throw it down to you.
Thank you, Ryan. We are at halftime where the Texas High Tigers lead Jacksonville by a score of 21-7. This is the Whataburger Halftime Report. Jacksonville now with their halftime performance. The Cherokee Charmers under the direction of Laura Guidry, assisted by Tiffany Alexander. Let's take a look and listen in.
Charmer officers for the 2021-22 school year, from left to right are First Lieutenant Brooklyn Hunter, Junior Lieutenant Laura Simpson, Senior Lieutenant Cynthia Espinoza, and in the center, your captain, Brittany Salmienko. Charmer Sergeants for the 2021 school year are Head Sergeant Sidlali Rincon, Sergeant Dixie Lopez, Sergeant Lizbeth Muniz, Sergeant Grace Crawford, and Sergeant Kaylee Webb. This week's Charmer of the Week is Andrea Hernandez. And now, hold on tight as the Charmers perform an exciting pom routine to Crazy Train. The Charmers are under the direction of Laura Guidry and Tiffany Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, the award-winning Cherokee Charmers.
Cherokee Charmers concluding their halftime performance here on the Whataburger Halftime Report. Now the Jacksonville Majorettes now will come out for for their performance under the direction of Brianne G. Let's listen in to the PA announcer as he introduces our Jacksonville Majorettes.
And now, introducing the Jacksonville Indian Majorettes, directed by Brianne G. Twirler officers are Junior Lieutenant Ellie Berry, First Lieutenant Madison Sultanova, and Captain Vanessa Sanchez. Watch now as the Twirlers perform to the Billie Eilish hit, Bad Guy.
Jacksonville High School Majorettes here at halftime at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park as Jacksonville and Texas High teeing it up in this 9-5A Division II district contest. Texas High ranked 7th in the state of Texas in Class 5A Division II, leading Jacksonville by a score of 21-7. You're listening to the Jacksonville halftime performance on the Whataburger halftime report. Now Donnie Barrier, the Jacksonville band director, has the Fightin Indian Band ready to go, and let's listen in.
Proud to present the Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band. The band will perform to War March of the Tartars, percussion teacher Intria Gladiators, and the University of North Dakota March. The band is under the field direction of junior drum majors Sarah McCullough and Canyon Popular, and senior drum major Angel Sanchez. Last Saturday, the band received all superior ratings at the Region 21 Marching Band Competition and will advance to the UIL State Military Contest this Wednesday at Pine Creek Stadium in Longview. Congratulations and best of luck. Now at the center of the field, one of the most decorated military marching bands in the great state of Texas. That classic look, that awesome sound, that cry heard across the land. The Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band. The Fightin Indian Band is under the direction of Donnie Berry, Preston Parker, Preston Long, Catherine Berry, Kim Beard, and Brianne Hughes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jacksonville Fightin Indian Band.
What another great performance by the Jacksonville High School Band. Boy, Donnie Barrier and his crew do such a fine job, and a nice round of applause by the Texas High crowd as well, as I sit across the field and see a nice reception to the Jacksonville High School Band. Now you're listening to the Whataburger halftime report, where Texas High leading Jacksonville at the half by a score of 21-7. Guys, I'm going to toss it back up to y'all and do the some stats and some other things. I'll take a break. I'll come back, and we're going to look at some scores around the area that you're not going to believe. We'll be back in a minute. I'll toss it back to y'all.
All right, we'll take a break and come back. This is Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Dr. Folden, Dr. Westbrook, Dr. Stocks, and their dental team at All Smiles provide a wide range of dental services. This includes cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, implants, and cosmetic dental care. Call and schedule your appointment at 903-586-0741.
Bill McRae Ford has been serving East Texans since 1976. They can help you find the best deal on a used car, or if you're ready to purchase something new. Open Monday through Saturday. Bill McRae Ford. Come see us.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for awards and engraving services.
Welcome back to the Whataburger halftime report. Ryan Travis, Todd Travis, and Brett Eccles here, bringing you the stats. Stats are presented by our good friend Randy Gorham, CPA. Todd, how are we looking for the first half?
We've got 94 yards of offense first half on 29 plays, 84 yards passing, thanks to a whole bunch of penalties negating big plays, huh?
Yeah.
And 10 yards rushing.
Yeah, and we knew Texas High's defense was going to be stout up front, and rushing the ball may be a challenge for us today. So it's looking like that is the case.
You think
right
they
now
can make out the spiders that we're seeing on the field?
I don't know. The Texas High band apparently has spiders. They have wheels and are made of pipe or PVC or some kind of crazy thing that's going on.
Interesting looking.
It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not entirely sure what we're looking at. And then you've got these on the side that have like their front arms up, front legs up, and look like they're ready to attack.
So are we celebrating Halloween tonight, or is this just their normal routine?
It looks like it would be their normal routine.
Wow.
Interesting.
Okay. We'll share that as we see it. So we've talked about penalties. We had 9 penalties against us in the first half for 75 yards compared to Texas High's 4 for 35. Individual stats for the Indians in the first half. Ryan McCowan, 7 completions on 16 attempts for 84 yards. Rushing, Darian Hinton, 6 carries for 17 and the 1 touchdown. Devin had 1 carry for no yards. McCowan 1 carry for -3, and Isaiah 5 carries for -4 yards. Receiving, Devin McEwen 4 catches for 66. Calvin Bryant 1 catch for 16. Tony Pinson 1 for 3. And Isaiah Mallard 1 catch for -1.
We're definitely targeting Devin McEwen a lot more tonight than we have the past several weeks. I mean, he's our main receiver, but the past several weeks, I don't think that we've looked to him quite as much as we have tonight. And I mean, we should be. He's beating his guy, but a couple of those got called back as well. That really should have been huge plays from Devin.
Yeah, what was the first one he caught? It was like a 45 yard catch and penalty for ineligible downfield. No way. The ball was thrown too quick. So it's just, yeah, we've had interesting penalties in the first half.
We definitely have. And you mentioned Darian Hinton. He's run the ball with some fire in him tonight.
Good intensity. I think he's working hard. So,
and he's just running it right up the middle, which is kind of where we thought Texas High would pack the box and not exactly let us go.
Yeah, he did have more success, especially we got down the goal line. We haven't done real well blocking, and so to get an opening for Darian to hit and be able to push in, I thought the first run he had up in there, the whistle was awfully quick. He barely was stopped, and our line is behind him starting to push, and there's a whistle at the 1. That was an interesting quick whistle. Fortunately, the next play he pushed on in and scored, and so we had a lot of momentum at that point.
We did, and then we came out and got the kickoff back.
And did nothing but back up with penalties.
Yeah, the penalties have been a real killer for the Indians tonight.
Yeah, we were in good position there we kicked it out of bounds at the 40, so we had the ball at the 35-yard line. No, 45-yard. It was our 45-yard line, and so but we just went backwards. We were 3rd and 28 after the penalties, and that's not what we needed after recovering a turnover there.
No, and we had momentum after that, and we've had momentum at several points in this game that even after we get a big play, it somehow gets called back. And it's not only is it killing the drive, but it's killing our momentum too, because we do have a lot of momentum at several points in the game. And then,
well, it's interesting where we're getting the momentum. Usually you get it from a positive play. We're getting it from a negative aspect of the referee calling a penalty, and we're just fired up. Like, we're determined we're going to make something happen.
Yeah, and you heard
I think
some
the
of that
officials are about as determined to keep us from letting something happen. So,
yeah, and you heard some of that from Coach Coleman there at the All Smiles halftime interview when he was talking to Matt. So
he was pretty fired up, wasn't he?
He was pretty fired up.
I like the passion. We need that tonight.
We
carry that on into
do.
the locker room and see if we can bring it out, start the second half.
Yeah, that is something that we will look to see from the Indians in the second half. Can you go over some individual statistics for Texas High?
Texas High is 36 plays on offense for 193 yards with 154 yards passing and 39 yards rushing, which is very surprising for us because what we say coming in that Texas High had been running at about 65%. So to only have 39 yards is definitely not what we expected to see.
It doesn't
tonight.
look like, the way they're playing tonight, it does not seem like that is going to be their main form of attack, which is surprising because Jacksonville's run defense has not been the best so far this season. Maybe they just decided to work on some passing tonight, but we're also playing well when they're running the ball on defense.
We've made some plays. We're making contact. A few times we had contact in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage, just didn't quite make the tackle, but we still were able to stop them for a short 2 or 3 yard gain. And so it was, we looked really good for the run defense there.
We have been putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback too.
We have.
Had a couple
he's been
tip
scrambling
passes
around, lots of tipped passes, lots of incomplete passes because of the pressure. So as long as our defense can keep on doing what it's doing, I think that can present some more
can you hear that music?
Momentum as well.
No, it's not coming through.
I don't know if there's somebody singing.
There is. Texas High's halftime show.
This is where the Spiders are getting
interesting.
Involved, and so, this is a little odd.
Yeah. We've got some soloists up here
Can you see the person on top of the spider dancing in the middle of the field?
This is an interesting halftime performance, to say the least. They've got spider webs up here in the pit on, basically all of their instruments. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It almost looks like we're watching some kind of ritual going on.
Yeah, I think, the idea should be more of a Broadway show, but I think your word's probably a little more fitting here.
It almost looks like a ritual. Oh, man. All right, let's go over some individual statistics here for Texas High.
Quarterback McHenry, 14 completions, 23 attempts for 154 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rushing, Braylon Stewart, 9 carries for 50 yards and 1 touchdown. Receiving, Blake Rogers is leading receiver, 6 catches for 62 yards and 1 touchdown. Cody Reese, 5 catches for 49, and TJ Gray, 1 for 28 for the touchdown.
He has been thrown to and targeted
several
times though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that play, kind of afraid Calvin got beat on that one, so I don't think he was expecting TJ to make quite a quick a move as he did, and he left him standing there.
Probably not. Well, do we want to check in with Matt and get some scores here at halftime?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm mesmerized by this this performance. This is crazy.
You call this a performance?
Yeah, that's pretty clever. That spider. Somebody did some serious welding to create that spider. Right
they
there.
did.
It is interesting.
That is wild. So, by the way, just got this from Grace Trader. The Jacksonville High School Band has been invited to the UIL State Military Marching Band Contest next week. It's a pretty big honor.
It is.
How about that?
And it's supposed to just be military marching bands. I kind of think this is the first time it's been a state competition just for military marching. Normally it's combined, and we struggled to be competitive with military marching when you're competing with people like this. They give credit for flags, and just the way the scoring system works, it's more in their favor.
Gosh, Todd, you just said more about band than I'll ever know in my life. That was good. I'm impressed.
Ryan was involved for a few years, so.
Okay. Hey, let's look at some scores around the area, because I said before I signed off a minute ago, there's some real surprises out there. Let's start in District 9-5 AA Division II, Jacksonville's district, of course. Mount Pleasant leading Marshall at the half, 14-7. What?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on down. Hallsville, down in Nacogdoches, they're leading the Nacogdoches Dragons 17-13. Hallsville over Nac at the half. And here's the doozy. Pine Tree is losing to White House at the half, 14-0.
Oh, my goodness.
Things are going to be interesting after tonight if some of these scores hold out.
Now, we talked about this, and Ryan, I know this was a really long time ago. This was in our pregame tonight. And we talked about on any given night and matchups, and it's hard to figure out how a team like Hallsville has played Texas High. Hadn't won a game in 2 years. They played Texas High as close as anybody has played Texas High. And yet it's about matchups. And so, you look at these scores around the district. It's surprising. But, it's just, who knows? It could be like the Rusk-Carthage game, which, if you haven't heard, Rusk is leading at the half 14-7. Do you know why?
Turnovers.
5 turnovers by Carthage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we always talk about that. And it's tried old saying, but it's true. Some other scores around the area of, oh my goodness, Van at the half leading Bullard 49-0. Ooh, that's pretty ugly. And let's see, let's move around a little bit more. Palestine beating Athens 32-14 at the half. Scrolling on down, Tatum 42-14 over Jefferson. We came through Jefferson tonight on our way to Texarkana. Henderson and Kilgore tying it up. At Henderson, not tied it up. It's 21-20 now. Kilgore ranked number 6th in the state of Texas. They just took the lead over Henderson, and that ball game just started the third quarter. Kilgore up 21-20. That in the third. Tyler High School Lions, they're at Highland Park. Highland Park winning that at the half right now, 28-14. Legacy and Tyler leading North Mesquite 35-14 at the half. Lufkin playing Cleveland. Both those teams, I think, are already eliminated. That game started at 7, 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Lufkin 20, Cleveland 16. There's some scores around the area. As we continue to watch the Halloween performance here, and of course
it seems like Halloween.
It is Halloween.
And you probably can't tell from the field level, but when all the band members were laying on the ground, they were making a spider web out of their bodies.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty
the
neat from
choreography
up
is
here.
impressive.
It was pretty cool, yeah.
And they all have instruments, and they're blowing horns and carrying flags, and of course the difference of this is a show band, as Grace Traylor just informed me. That's the term for this kind of performance by Texas High, and Jacksonville, of course, is the military style. So I do know that because Grace just told me.
Ryan, is show correct?
Yeah, that's fine.
This one of them? Okay.
Corps.
Usually they call it corps.
Corps, show band.
Which corps to me is more military, but that's not the term they were using. So.
What'd you say? Courage.
Corps.
Oh, corps. Oh, got you. Oh, well, I had a chance to go in the locker room, and spirits are high in the locker room, except for Brantley Bauer. We won't see him in the second half. Unfortunately, he has a knee injury. He will not be returning. Aiden Gay, he's going to be moved over from the defensive side of the ball to offensive center, a position that he's played off and on in his sophomore and junior year. He's now a senior playing on the defensive line, but he's going to move over there. And, hey, that's what you got to do when you're Jacksonville and you're not 2 and 3 deep like Texas High, where you have that many players in your program. Jacksonville just isn't blessed with that right now. And so Aiden Gay will step over. Look at this. I'm on the field, so from where y'all are, that probably looks like a spider web.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
I got to say, it's pretty impressive. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
I got to say, it's not bad.
Connected all the spiders together there. So,
of course, in a couple of weeks, we'll be in Mount Pleasant, where they have a show band, and their band has actually frightened me before. They do some.
It was a little dark that one night.
It's pretty dark, man. I mean, they put paint on their face, and they start looking at you, and I mean, I'm starting to run off the field when I see that.
I think the Texas High band has paint on their face as well.
Yeah, but I mean,
maybe not like.
I remember the Mount Pleasant one. It was
paint, but
they look like The Walking Dead. I mean, that's what they look like. I mean, it was pretty detailed. I mean, I had nightmares. Pretty nice performance by Texas High as halftime nearing an end. Jacksonville easing their way out of their locker room. So is Texas High.
Members of the week are woodland musician Tulsi Patel, percussionist Max Henry, bass musician Eric Campbell.
By the way, shout out to one of our longtime viewers, former pastor at Central Baptist Church, Darren Wood, now out at Midland, tuning us in. Thanks for watching. I think Mike Traylor has also got us tuned in on the big screen back home in Jacksonville. Hello, Mike. Lee Traylor also, we heard from him earlier. He's tuned in.
Our next performance of the Tiger Band tomorrow at the UIL Area Marching Contest at Mesquite Memorial Stadium.
So Jacksonville's going to kick off in the second half, guys. And Ryan, to your point, to your 3 points that you said were keys to the game, I think you've been right on. I think you've been, right on target. I think Jacksonville, when they were doing the 3 and outs, it was about to get ugly. Then they had some things happen. They got some plays. They got the fumble on the kickoff. They didn't turn it into anything, but it kind of stopped the momentum that Texas High was building. And I think you're right. I think that Jacksonville and Wayne Coleman just told me this a minute ago. He said, look, we're not going to be able to run the ball on them like consistently, but we've got to be able to run the ball and get 3 yards and 4 yards so that we don't get in 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12.
Yeah.
But he said when we get in that position, that's going to be difficult.
Definitely. You definitely want some 3rd and shorts if you have to come to that point. But I brought up the goldfish 10-second memory there before the game too, and
I didn't handle that well.
That's proven true. I mean, we've had a lot of penalties this first half that have not gone in Jacksonville's favor in any way.
Goldfish.
He keeps saying goldfish.
Yeah.
I got to remember that. I mean, I
think you're ignoring it. What are you talking about, goldfish? We're busy here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just gotta let it go.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also been good because Wayne Coleman was pretty fired up there in your halftime interview.
Yeah, I thought he was going to swallow my microphone. He was fired up.
Which is a good way to take those penalties. I mean, you can look at them as, oh, man, this just isn't going our way, or you can fight back against it and do something about it.
Well, I mean, Wayne Coleman, he's always fought for his team. He's a very cerebral guy. If you know Wayne Coleman, he's not loud. He's just one of those deep thinkers. But sometimes when he gets jacked up like that, he'll let you have it. And he was definitely fired up at the half. And unfortunately for Jacksonville, they just had a couple of calls that went against them. They had a 50-yarder taken away. And by the way, Wayne told me, Coach Coleman told me, that the official came up to him and said, hey, Coach, I got to tell you, I may have missed that call. And
wow.
I appreciate when officials do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I officiated. I know when I missed a call, I would like to slip by the coach and say, hey, I blew it. But you know how many of those you get a game? You get one. You get one of those a game. You tell a coach that, you better not miss another one, okay? He'll accept the one. Of course, it was a 50-yard miss on that one, but that cost Jacksonville. So Texas High now coming on the field. Jacksonville about to make their way off the field. Folks, you've been listening to the Whataburger Halftime Report. We appreciate Whataburger for sponsoring all of our halftimes in 2021 and years past as well.
And the Indians and the Tigers both are now back on the field. Jacksonville set to kick off here in the third quarter.
So I've got several texting me Rusk updates, and they're not getting off to the best start in the second half. They've already fumbled.
Who has, Rusk?
Rusk,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Texas High will receive the kickoff.
So Texas High will get the ball, as you heard the PA announcer just say, is Jacksonville's defense, in my opinion, played, you're down 21-7, you're thinking, you think they played pretty good? Well, I mean, hey, yeah, I do. I mean, against the number 7 state-ranked team, the team that had Pine Tree down at the half last week, 32-0, and Pine Tree didn't get a first down until the middle of the third quarter. Hey, you're down 21-7. I feel pretty good about that. Now, let's see if Jacksonville can get some breaks right here and get back in this ball game, or at least close this gap some here as we get ready to start this third quarter. Glad you're with us here on JHS-sports.com. Third quarter about to get underway, and here's Ryan Travis.
Jordan Cabrera with the short pop-up over to the right side. Mishandled, but picked up. I think he called for a fair catch there.
Yeah, he fumbled it and then started running, forgot he called fair catch, and that's Jake McGuire, and they'll stop it where he fumbled it at the 27 of Texas High. As the biggest weapon for the Tigers in that first half, Blake Rogers, the slot receiver. Let's see if Jacksonville's going to make any adjustments on him. Braylon Stewart, the great running back with 866 yards coming into this ball game, didn't get many in the first.
McHenry takes the snap, looks left to Reese, who's down the sideline and is going to pick up 7 or maybe 8, maybe even 9.
Yeah, he's going to get 9. They spot it just short of that first down stake, so it'll be 2nd and 1. And just a little screen pass, wide receiver screen. Coda Kennedy comes over and makes the tackle for Jacksonville, but it's 2nd and 1.
2 each way for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Stewart, who is up the middle, and Jacksonville stops him. That'll bring up 3rd and 1 for the Tigers.
Dominic Bowens, the sophomore, on the tackle, along with Aiden Gay. Nice job. Michaela Horn also on the tackle for Jacksonville. So 3rd, we'll call it a yard, as Texas High will check a 2-back in now with McHenry in the backfield.
2-back set for the Tigers.
Got him. Fumbled the snap, McHenry, and he's sacked. I'm not sure I'd call it a sack because he wasn't trying to throw the ball, but nevertheless, he loses 9 yards on the play, about 8 yards actually, as Jacksonville's Coda Kennedy runs him down. I think he was going to run with that ball, Ryan, and he just kind of bobbled it. By the time he secured it, He got tackled from behind, so 3 and out for the Tigers.
Did. He almost lost it there.
Well, actually not 3 and out. They did get a first down, excuse me. No, that was the screen pass that was short, so it is 3 and out.
Yep. And that's a great start for the Jacksonville defense here.
Uh-oh, we got procedure.
Flag on the play.
False start.
That false start is going to back the Tigers up to make it 4th and 14.
Yeah, they'll get Keyshawn Hill, the senior, at the left tackle position here as he moved. So that'll back him up a little more. Devin McEwen dropping back for Jacksonville.
Miller back to punt, takes the snap. It's a high kick, and it will be fair caught at the 42-yard line by Devin McEwen.
That's a great start for Jacksonville. You go the 3 and out. The first play was second. I mean, it was 2nd and 1. Boy, Jacksonville just played it well. Got the stop, and then now the 3rd down. Then they get this. They run McHenry down from behind. So good start.
Couldn't have asked for a better start. For the Jacksonville defense there.
So it'll be interesting to see the adjustment here with Aiden Gay seeing his first action at center this season. Now he's played center before. He primarily plays defense now, but he's snapping the ball with Bauer out with that knee injury.
One each way for the Indians to start the 3rd quarter. McCowan takes a snap, drops back, throws right to Devin McEwen, and he is going to pick up about 6.
That's just like a running play. I mean, Devin and Ryan have been doing that since they were in the 7th grade, just automatic. I mean, that ball was in the air before Devin even made his cut. Turns around, boom, ball's right there for 6. 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 from the Indians. Looking to pick up the first down. One each way. McCowan takes a snap, drops back, under some pressure, throws right side, and for Devin McEwen, but a little short and incomplete.
Yeah, I think that Ryan was thinking that Devin might come back. It was a go route, and they're just not going to let Devin get – I think that's it. I don't know if Jacksonville's going to get any more deep balls with Devin. Safety came over the top. Devin kept going, and Ryan threw it like it was going to be a comeback, and nobody there, incomplete. So 3rd down.
That'll bring
4
up
to go.
3rd and 4 from the Indians' 49.
Darian Hinton has got the start in the backfield for Jacksonville in the 2nd half.
Big 3rd down here once again for the Indians. 2 receivers right. McCowan takes a snap, drops back over the middle.
Give me a flag!
And incomplete.
Oh, man. Oh.
Jalen Jones, it looked like, was all over Devin McEwen on that one.
McEwen, he doesn't – no, there's not any footballs that jump off his chest like that. He went through him. And he didn't get a hand on the ball. It bounced off Devin's chest because he was interfered with, no call.
That'll bring up 4th and 4. Looks like both teams here to start the 3rd quarter are going to go 3 and out. Dylan Roberts into punt. Catches a snap. Punt is
that's
a
beautiful.
Good ball.
Go cover.
Hits at the 12 and down at the 10. It was coming back.
It was backing
coming.
up.
It was backing up, Matt.
Backing up. He needed
it was
to
a
get
good.
It.
Did he do it right?
Yes, he did
okay.
good.
I thought it looked like it might have had a little bounce the other way, but that's okay. It's at the 10-yard line. Well, wait a minute. Now they're moving it up here. Where are they going? No, they're just changing footballs.
11. They're just swapping balls.
Yep, 11. Nice punt by Dylan, huh?
40 yards on that one.
And not returnable, which is huge. So here's Texas High's 2nd offensive possession of the 3rd quarter.
And potentially their worst field position so far this game.
Yeah, it is.
2 right, 1 left for the Tigers. McHenry drops back.
Sack.
Oh!
Isn't that grounding? Huh? He's avoiding the sack in the end zone for a safety.
That has got to be.
You're looking at it.
What is he
Come
looking
on,
at? What are you looking at? There it is, right there. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Got the call. I can't believe it.
What a great play from Caden Franklin, too, coming off that edge.
In the end zone.
12 of the offense. Foul occurred in the end zone. The result of the play.
How about that?
Safety.
Woo! I mean, that's automatic. As soon as I saw he threw the flag, I knew it was going to be a safety because he was in the end zone.
What a huge play for the Indian defense. That'll bring the score to Texas High 21, Jacksonville 9, and that is some needed momentum for the Indians.
Well, I tell you, and they're going to get the ball here on the free kick. Just great pressure, and I'm sorry, I did not see. It was on the far side. I don't know who got to him. Did y'all see the Jackson?
It was Caden Franklin.
53.
Oh, Caden, man, that kid is just playing out of his mind the last 2 or 3 weeks, isn't he?
Yeah,
Wow.
He was all over that one.
I mean, just playing fantastic. And look at Jacksonville coming out on the field right here. You can see
they look fired up.
They are jacked.
Ooh, Austin Miller into kick from his own 20 after that safety.
It took a long time for him to make the call. It was the right call.
It did.
It just took a while.
Miller's kick is low and driving, hits at the 30, rolling back to about the 15. Devin McEwen picks it up, and he's just going to kind of scamper out of bounds there about the 26-yard line. They may get it to him 27-28 there.
That's a pretty big turnaround right there, kicking from your own 20-yard line. And, you know, Jacksonville's going to get it at the 27, he said?
It looks like they're going to give it 28.
28.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a nice kickoff for you right there on a free kick. He just hit a sidewinder, kept it away from everybody, and a line drive low and away. Kind of like a pitch in baseball, keep it low and away from the batter.
He got about 15 yards of bounce out of it, too.
Sure did. So Hinton stays in the backfield with Ryan for Jacksonville.
McCowan takes the snap, looks to his right. It is to Calvin Bryant, and he is met by a number of Tigers, and it looks like, is that 23 over there, Josh Stewart making the tackle?
Actually, it's 27.
27?
Yeah, Javoris Tyson. They're so quick. I mean, Jacksonville had that set up pretty nicely. They had some good blocking over there by McEwen. Pinson was over there. And a quick throw by Ryan to Calvin Bryant, and he kind of stumbled just a little bit. But, man, did they closed that in a hurry to T-High.
They definitely did. 2 left, 1 right for the Indians. McCowan snaps kind of dribbled back to him, and he has got all kinds of pressure and is going to be sacked down at the 12.
And I do not know what Aiden Gay is. I checked that. Who is that? That's Hagan Ray, number 74. Just whiffed. I mean, Ryan was coming back on the backside, and Hagan just didn't pick up the oncoming Texas Tiger for the huge loss. Yep, this is your 3rd and long here.
3rd and very long. They did give it to him at the 13-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 25 for the Indians from their own 13.
They got that cover 2, does Texas.
2 left,
They're gonna
1
keep
right.
it deep.
McCowan snap is to his right, kind of fumbled a little bit, but he escapes the pressure. Looking downfield to the right side, got McEwen for the huge first down. No, they're going to say he was out of bounds.
He was.
Was he really?
Was he? Yeah, he was.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Hey. Yeah, that's cool. He was out. Yeah, his foot was not in. I was watching it.
It looked
all
very
the way.
close from up here.
I was just trying to calm
He tried
him.
to stop and catch it, but
Yeah, he tried to. He just couldn't get his foot down. And some of the Jacksonville players are getting a little excited right here, and Kenny Candy was trying to keep them calm, and they were getting a little excited there. They're good. That's all right. They're good.
Dylan Roberts back to punt. He's standing at his 1.
Now we have a timeout. Jacksonville.
Indians are going to take a timeout. And we'll take it with them. You're watching Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Since 1953, Huber Glass Oil has been serving East Texans the finest automotive fuels and lubricants. Huber Glass Oil Company, the clear solution for your business.
The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is delicious. It's got that barbecue flavor, the cheese melts on top with that Texas toast. You look at it, your mouth starts watering. It's my go-to sandwich. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich, that's my all-time favorite.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Indians have a 4th and 25 from their 13-yard line. Dylan Roberts back to punt, standing at his 2-yard line. We're going to need a great punt out of Dylan here to help give the defense some room to work with. Snap is back. Roberts with the punt. It looks like a good one. It's going to be caught at the 50 and fumbled. Oh, they're going to call him down.
He got it. Look at this, man. We got melees all over the field. Come on, guys. Cheap shot by Texas High. They got that penalty. Then something happened on the far side of the field. But what a heck of a play by Xavier Kendrick coming in and making the tackle on the punt. Nice job by Kendrick.
It sure looked like a fumble from up here.
It was right as he went down.
It was right as he hit the ground.
I think his knees were down and the ball popped out. It was close.
It was really close.
Yeah, but about 10 yards upfield, about the 32 of Jacksonville, there was just an ugly cheap shot by T-High. And they'll give him 15 for that. And, that was pretty much a Stevie Wonder call. Anybody could have – it was so plain and right in the middle of the field.
That will help the Indians' defense quite a bit. It'll be 1st and 10 for Texas High from their own 40-yard line. 3 left, 1 right for the Tigers. McHenry drops back, throws out to Blake Rogers.
Boy, Rogers ducked just in time because Tony Pinson and they call him Papa Zadarius Hinton came across, and boy, Rogers just got down, or he might have had his headgear rearranged. So nice tackle by Kendrick again. 2-yard pickup, 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Tigers. 2 right, 1 left. McHenry takes the snap, drops back, looking downfield.
Oh, nice job.
Great
way to strip that ball
from Pinson.
TP with a play.
Breaking up the pass intended for TJ Gray. And that's a huge play because that brings up a 3rd and 8 for the Tigers.
And that's a catch, Ryan. TJ Gray, the sophomore for Texas High, he is coming down with that football. And TP, Tony Pinson, the senior, just strips it away in complete 3rd and 8.
He really did everything right on that play.
He
was
did.
In position, looking back for the ball.
Timed it right.
Yes. Excellent play.
2 each way for the Tigers. McHenry takes a snap, drops back, looking left, and it is dropped by Cody Reese over the middle. Incomplete.
Man, he catches that ball. He's still running. Cody Reese with the drop, so 4th and 8.
And that's 2 3 and outs.
And Coach Stanford of Texas High says, look, we're going to have to punt the ball here. We're not going to go for this one. So he brings his punting unit out. Jacksonville will drop Devin McEwen back. Fightin Indians, as you said, another 3 and out, huh?
Another 3 and out.
Hey, come on, D, let's get it, come on.
Miller back to punt. Gets the snap. Rolling to his right. It's a funny-looking ball coming off his foot. Going to hit about the 25 and roll out at about the 20 to 21-yard line there.
I think
we'll
that's
see where they spot it.
That's got to be the farthest I've seen a punter run before he punted.
Oh, he was running he was playing a fake there for sure.
He was running and running and running, and he finally got to the sideline and said, I guess I'll punt it. Nice job, TP. Good. So Jacksonville with the football at their own 21-yard line.
Great pursuit there by the defense, too, because he was definitely looking to try to pick up the first down there. And
he was, yeah.
Yeah, it was. That was a punt option.
Punt option is what Brett called it up here.
The punt option.
Hey, like
punt
that,
option.
Man. Punt option, yeah.
That'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 21-yard line.
Dang, Jacksonville's missing somebody. And, of course, it's DeVarian Boyd again. And he hasn't played offense yet this year, and they were trying to work him in at tight end and get an extra blocker in there, and he just wasn't paying attention. He's not used to going in when Jacksonville's got the ball, and coaches just assumed, DeVarian, you're in, right? No, he didn't.
And that'll be a delay of game for the Indians. 5-yard penalty, taking them back. 1st and 15, but now from the 16-yard line.
He just forgot he was playing offense.
One receiver each way for the Indians. McCowan takes a snap, drops back, looking right. Got some pressure over the middle to Calvin Bryant, and it's just over his hands.
Oh, we got a flag. Is it a hold? I'm talking about, is it a hold on Devin McCune? Did he get held? It's over here. That ball.
You got 2 flags.
There's one in the middle, too.
Okay, the flag's thrown over here where Devin
Ineligible
McCune was running his
downfield.
route.
It's probably one of them because, he's looking this way.
Man, these linemen got to stay within that 3 yards, man. You got to.
Yeah.
So that's the call.
Aiden was about 25-yard line.
Another guy that hasn't played any offense this year. So you got 2 guys out there.
Did he say that was decline? So second down?
They declined it
they
since
took the
we're
down.
back there.
That'll bring up second down for the Indians. One receiver each side. McCowan takes the snap. Got some pressure. Scrambling to his right. Throws. Hits Calvin Bryant in the hands, but incomplete.
It hit him in the hands. And it just a little bit too hot right there. Even if Calvin catches that ball, he's not going to get very far. I mean, Texas High, these defenders, they keep Jacksonville, they keep the offense in front of them. And so even if he makes that catch, he's getting tackled right there. It may be a 3-yard gain, maybe 4. And the
At the
frustration,
most, yeah.
the frustration right there by Ryan McCown coming over to his offensive coordinator, Josh Moore, you could see it. Very upset was Ryan.
3rd down and 15 for the Indians. One receiver each side. And
so now what?
Another delay of game.
Nah.
Delay of game.
That's what it is.
That'll make it 3rd and 20 for the Indians from their 11-yard line.
How does that happen? Now, here comes Coda from 30 yards away. He's coming in.
Yeah,
Who's going to
Walker-
leave?
Ryan
Okay.
Walker
We've got
went
15
out.
seconds, and we're still
They're still subbing
people. So,
I mean, it's 3rd and long, but wow.
yeah. 3 receivers right, 1 left for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap, drops back, got all kinds of pressure, but escapes it, rolling to his right. And the pass is...
He caught it. What?
They called him out of bounds again.
He caught it.
He caught that, didn't he,
That
man?
was
He did
in
catch
bounds.
that one. Now we got a flag. I was waiting for this official over here to do that because on that Devin McCune one a minute ago, they didn't call that he was out of bounds. That one, he was in bounds. Now we got another flag. Darian Hinton said something to the official.
Off, yeah.
So you got a flag on the Jacksonville bench. Now you got a flag on Hinton
Hey, at least we're
coming
already
off
on
the field.
11.
Now Hinton's throwing another tizzy here. Come on, get it together, Darian. Calm down.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get us in trouble here.
I thought that was clearly in bounds.
He caught
though.
it. He caught it in bounds. The only thing is that what I didn't see, Ryan, is that
control.
He might not have been
The
controlling
official
it.
didn't see it either. He's behind him.
Yeah,
So
and
there's no
he's-
way. No.
Yeah.
No.
And his back was to him. It wasn't like he's catching it sideways or something where he could have seen it. I don't know. That one I didn't think was nearly as close as the one Devin was targeted on.
Well, Texas High doesn't need any help here.
I know.
You got to keep your head and you got to be calm.
It's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm one to talk, right? Huh?
Line of scrimmage is the 5-yard
You're getting too
line.
fired up
Dylan
over there,
Roberts
Matt.
standing
Calm him down, so.
about the middle of the E in the end zone.
He's deep.
Snap is back. Roberts rolling to his right. Gets the punt off. It's a high ball, and it's going to be out to about the 35-yard line.
Short field for T-High. Nice job there as the Tigers and Indians starting to kind of chip talking a little at each other now, and the emotions are high, and I mean, it's to me, I thought he caught the ball. But if the officials say he didn't catch the ball, you can't start screaming at the official and get in his face. You cannot do that. And then after the flag, you can't walk by the official and say something again. That's what happened, 2 of them.
Yeah, we've got to see the Indians maintain their composure tonight.
Oh, they need it right here with this field position by T. High.
McHenry gets the snap, hands off to Stewart, who goes up the middle.
12 yards.
13.
Oh, come on now, easy. So 12-yard pickup down to the Jacksonville 22, first down, T. High.
Two right, one left for the Tigers. McHenry takes a snap, hands off to Stewart again, who's going up the middle.
Nice.
And is met by Minnie and Indian there.
Just a 2-yard gain. Dylan Roberts coming up off the pile along with,
Caden
Franklin. He's having a heck of a game from that defensive tackle position, the junior Caden Franklin.
He's in the mix.
He's definitely a candidate to win that defensive player of the game for the 2nd week in a row.
McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Stewart, running the left around the end. Got lots of room to run, and is going to step out of bounds about the 4-yard line. Coda Kennedy looked like was over there to make the stop.
We got a player down for Jacksonville. That's McKalen Horn. So let's step away here for a second as they tend to him.
Gene Brumlow, class of 66, and his daughter Ann Farmer proudly support Jacksonville athletics. Come on over to the South Jackson Dairy Queen and get one of their world-famous blizzards. Dairy Queen, where happy tastes good.
Tonight's game statistics are sponsored by Randy Gorham, CPA. Randy Gorham, CPA, the source for your accounting and income tax needs since 1984. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
For over 120 years, we've worked to be the most trusted bank in East Texas. Strong leadership, active involvement in the community, and long-term relationships with customers piece together the strong foundation on which we base our business. A community bank dedicated to serving our local families and businesses. Visit any one of our locations across East Texas and let us show you why we've been the bank of choice since 1900.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High leads the Indians 21-9, 4:43 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers have a 1st and goal from the 4. Man in motion for the Tigers is Rogers. McHenry takes the snap, rolling to his right.
Oh, beautiful play by Hinton.
Great pressure from Hinton there.
I tell you, he put the pressure on McHenry, and McHenry was just kind of strolling out there and was going to flip it to, I guess that was Rogers.
I think it was Jaden Kelly, the tight end.
The tight end Kelly, and boy, here comes the heat-seeking missile there, and Darian Hinton, the senior, from his Mike linebacker position, and well, he just leveled McHenry, forcing him to throw the ball on the turf.
2nd and goal for the Tigers. One receiver each way. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
And nothing doing. It's Hinton again.
Hinton with the tackle. Nice play by the senior Mike linebacker. He's trying to make up for that personal foul penalty he got a minute ago. Popping off to the official. Boy, he's made 2 great plays in a row there. He's going to have to make another one here to get out of my doghouse.
Well, we'll see
what he can do here.
Just that.
Yeah.
3rd and goal for the Tigers. Man in motion right side is Rogers. McHenry takes a snap, drops back, looking over the middle, and it's intercepted!
Intercepted by Tony Pinson! Wow. Just wow.
What a catch. What an interception.
Just jumps in front of Rogers.
Wow.
In the end zone for the pick, Tony Pinson. And the Indians stop the Tigers Still alive with 3:56 remaining in this third quarter. You know, you go down 28-9, it's going to be tough the way Texas High can run the ball and chew up clock. You get that stop right there. Hey, buddy, it's 21-9, and Jacksonville's got a shot here at their own 20 to start this next drive.
They definitely do. 1st and 10 for the Indians with momentum after the huge interception from Tony Pinson. 2 receivers right, 1 left. McCowan takes the snap, drops back, looking to his right, gets some pressure, comes back left, and throws it away over the head of Devin McEwen.
You know, Jacksonville's the routes the receivers are running, those routes don't include Ryan McCown having to run to his right, to his left, step up, move around. It just throws all the timing off. I mean, he's meant to stand back there, get his feet planted, and make the throw. It's just not happening tonight. He's having to run all over the place in the backfield as Texas High is putting the pressure on him. Just throws everything off when you're trying to complete the ball, and Jacksonville gets another illegal substitution penalty. It's week 8. What is happening?
Too many people in the huddle that time.
Oh, goodness gracious. That is just bad.
That'll make it 2nd and 15 from the Indians' 15-yard line. JT Johnson in the backfield with Ryan McCowan. 1 receiver each side. McCowan takes a snap, hands off to Johnson, who's going to run up the middle, and he's going to pick up about 3.
Hey, you're in that 3rd and 12. We talked about it at halftime. That you can't get in. Wayne Coleman said we can't afford to get in these 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12. Here we are.
They gave him 1 yard on that map.
Yeah, especially on this end of the field. So now you got substitutions. You got, oh, man. Here comes Pinson. Please, nobody else go in. You got everybody out there.
12 seconds on the play clock.
Get set.
McCowan takes the snap, drops back, looking right. Got a man coming behind him and throws it away.
Exactly what, I've been afraid of for coming into this ball game was the backside rush on Ryan McCown. That's probably the 4th or 5th time that he has been chased down from behind. He's been sacked a couple of times. He's outrun him a couple of times. That time he just threw the ball away. But, if you're a receiver and you're running your route, you're running your route. You don't know the quarterback is back there running for his life. You don't know to come back for the ball sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's been the case tonight as Ryan McCown is just having to run for his life.
Roberts into punt, standing on his 4. Snap is fumbled.
Block.
And it's a safety.
It's a safety.
Yep. Tackle him in the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to put him at the 1.
Are they? They sure are.
They're putting him at the 1.
We'd rather have a safety.
He got yanked into the end zone.
So it's a first down, and Dillon just dropped the ball. It wasn't that bad a snap.
Yeah,
it was pretty low.
It was on the ground.
Well, but he's caught some lower than that. I thought, it was low, no doubt. But he picked it up and bobbled it.
Picking it up.
He picked it up and bobbled it and dropped it again. So, no blame. It wasn't a great snap. I agree with that.
That'll give Texas High a 1st and goal from the 1-yard line.
So just, totally wipes out that interception by Tony Pinson to stop that last drive by T-High. Now they're 1st and goal at the 1. Man. Man, oh, man.
Tigers looking to punch this one in. McHenry hands it off to Stewart, and he is in for the touchdown.
Crossed the plane, got knocked back out, but he did cross the plane. Well, that's a strange turnaround right there. Everybody's so excited. The adrenaline's pumping. You get the interception. It's 21-9, and you get the ball back. And then, just about a minute later, maybe a minute and a half, it's 28-9. Well, 27 with the extra point to come.
Miller in for the extra point. All extra points are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. Snap is back. The kick is up and good. That'll bring the score to Texas High 28, Jacksonville 9 with 2:41 left to play in the third quarter. This is Jacksonville football on FightinIndianRadio.com.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication of the students at JHS. For more information about our school, please visit jsd.org.
Dr. Darwin Dar and his staff at Dar Chiropractic specialize in family chiropractic care, exercise rehab, digital x-rays, nutrition and weight loss programs, decompression, and chiropractic wellness care. Located down the street from the Tomato Bowl, Dar Chiropractic. They can help you feel better.
With the bad calls
to Tiger Stadium.
2:41
left here in the third quarter. Texas High taking the 28-9 lead. And set to kick this one off is Hampton Heil. The kick is up and bobbled.
Protect it. Castillo.
And Castillo is going to pick up a couple after the bobbled catch there.
You know, Jose's a sophomore, and boy, he was feeling that Friday Night Lights right there, buddy. That ball was coming down, and he secured it finally. He does get a decent return after he bobbled it for about 3 or 4 yards. So Jacksonville will take possession with 2:33 remaining in this third quarter. Still, you know, not out of the realm of things. 28-9 Texas High. JT will step into the backfield with Ryan here.
7 seconds, let's go.
McCowan takes a snap, hands off to Johnson up the middle, and he has got Tigers all over him.
It's just nowhere to go. Isaiah will check in for JT. Nowhere to go. Loss of about a yard. And he broke the first tackle, or it's a loss of
4 guys on him.
Yeah, it's a loss of 3. Look at this. Where are you going?
Bring up 2nd and 12 for the Indians. 2 right, 1 left. McCowan takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking back across the field, and it is going to be intercepted and
pick 6.
Returned for a touchdown by Javaris Tyson.
There's a couple of flags being thrown right now. So we got a flag at the 19-yard line, and then there's another one at the 10. So the flag at the 19 was thrown during the play. So it may be holding on Jacksonville on offense. Well, Ryan just did not see. He didn't see him.
I don't know about
he didn't
you,
see
Matt,
Tyson at
I
all.
do not like that play call one bit. Ryan is rolling to his right, but he's looking back across the field the whole time.
The linebacker just keyed off of it. And
well, I mean, that Ryan was just trying to make a play, and he just didn't see. He didn't see the safety step up in front, or the linebacker, I should say.
I don't agree with you there, but all right.
What are you saying?
He's rolling to his right, looking left where he's going to throw the ball the entire time. He never even looked down the right side of the field.
No, I know that, but I'm saying I'm saying that he was throwing back to his left. He didn't see the linebacker. I know he didn't look at down the right lane. I see that, but I'm just saying that he got so focused on Mallard over there that he just took his eye completely off the linebacker and did not even see him. Or I'd say he didn't see him. He didn't take into account he's going to step in front of that throw. I'll put it that way. Pick 6.
And Miller in for the extra point. Extra points are brought to you by Homes and Properties Realty. This snap is back. The kick is up and good. That'll bring the score to Texas High 35, Jacksonville 9. With 1:47 left in the third quarter, we'll take a break. You're watching Fightin' Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 1952, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance has been protecting their customers with life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Call Micah Hoffpower in the Jacksonville office at 903-586-9809. Micah's years of experience will help you find the right coverage for you and your family.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Tigers taking the lead 35-9 over the Indians, but with the penalty, the Tigers will be kicking off from the 25-yard line. Austin Miller back to kick. It's a good ball down the middle. McEwen's going to field it at about the 14, come up the middle. He does have a little bit of a gap. Breaks the tackle and is going to be out about the 46-yard line.
Boy, what a spin move. There's another flag.
And I think that one is on Texas High.
This is going to get a little chippy right here. I know we throw that word around a lot, but it's, the tempers are flaring. I'm not sure who's starting it, but as you said, I think it's going to be T.I. But what a spin move by, wow. I mean, that's what Devin McEwen's being recruited by a lot of D1 schools when he makes those kind of moves. You're running full speed. You're going to get number 45, and that's Jaden Kelly, the junior for Texas High with the unsportsmanlike. But just that kind of a spin move when you're going full speed, not a lot of guys can do that. And he ends up picking up an extra 15, 16 yards after he makes that move. And now, when you add the 15 yards on top of the return, you're all the way down to the 38.
Great field position.
Yeah, take advantage of this.
1st and 10 for the Indians from the Tiger 38-yard line. 2 receivers left. McCowan takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Mallard.
He can't get nothing. Oh,
There's
the flag.
Thank you.
There's a good flag for
That's
late hit.
about time, man.
That's at least the 3rd time that's happened tonight.
He's been getting hit like that all night long. And they finally call it. So now Ryan looks like he may check out. He got dinged. Tony Pinson may come in. Looks like Ryan's going to stay. Let's see what they're doing here, but it is going to be against T-High. 2 fouls. Wait.
Roughing the passer. Number 3 of the defense. Intentional grounding. Number 18.
Intentional grounding?
How? He
How
threw
is
it 8 yards downfield. Good grief. These calls tonight are interesting, to say the least.
The headlinesman just said he was in the tackle box.
I don't care if he's in the tackle box.
Yeah, you got to be outside the tackle box. That's right. That's correct.
But he threw it over receivers, didn't he? I mean, come on.
No.
There you can't. No.
There was no receiver out here. Look out. Face
hands
mask.
off to Mallard.
Face mask. Yeah, on the previous play, Todd, there was no receiver. Ryan was throwing it away. He was just inside the tackle box, and you can't do that. I don't know why I missed that. I was thinking.
I guess with it going that far out of bounds, it was thrown away.
That's why.
I mean,
that's right.
He didn't know if there was a receiver over there or not. He's just getting rid of the ball.
Yeah. Well, that's because he was fixing to get clocked, and he did.
Yeah, I think there were 5 of them hitting him. So.
Yeah. So Jacksonville will benefit from this penalty.
Hey, come on, O.
All right. So a penalty field ball game. 23 first down. 23 of Texas High first down Jacksonville.
1st and 10 for the Indians. McCowan takes a snap, hands off to Hinton. Met immediately in the backfield.
How in the world are those guys getting back there that quick? I think if you didn't even have an offensive line, they couldn't get back there that quick. I mean, it's like a dead sprint, like they're running through air.
It kind of seems that way.
Sorry. I mean, right when the ball's handed off, they are there. How is that happening?
Two receivers left for the Indians. McCowan takes the snap under all kinds of pressure and throws a pass towards McEwen, but short and incomplete.
Well, one thing that I noticed on that play, for example, is T-High had 2 linebackers that flipped the field. One was on one side, one was on the other, and then before the ball was snapped, they both ran and crossed and came off the edge. That's disconcerting if you're an offensive line trying to say, okay, who do I get? And then by that time it's too late. That's why Ryan's having to run for his life. I mean, this is a T-High defense that they're throwing a lot at you motion-wise.
3rd and 14. McCowan takes the snap, hands off to Hinton, who runs around the right side, but is hit out of bounds.
Yeah, it's chippy.
It is definitely getting chippy down there.
Wow. It's a short area from the sideline to the wall. They do have padding on the wall like Jacksonville at Tomato Bowl does in the end zone. They have the same thing, but still, Darian Hinton was run into those pads.
So you're closer to that than I was, but I thought that could have been a late hit.
Could have been. But the contact was made. Darian just kind of kept running a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's 4th down.
4th and 11.
And they're going to get a penalty right here on too much time.
Delay a game.
Delay a game again.
Once again. It looks like we called a timeout.
No, they got the penalties.
No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good grief.
Man.
I don't know, man. I mean,
we've got to speed this up a little bit.
They just sub so much. I mean, they have so many different packages that involve too many different players, and they just don't have everybody in the right spots.
Still got to speed it up.
Yeah.
McCowan takes the snap, dropping back, rolling to his right, looking downfield, and it's going to be thrown towards McEwen, but out of bounds.
They may get Jacksonville for a chop block right here.
I wondered about that.
Yeah, Darian Hinton came in and just took out the knees of one of the defensive tackles. Let's see the call. Holding. Ah, okay.
And that will turn over on downs and bring up a 1st and 10 for the Tigers from their 29-yard line.
Well, of course, if you're Texas High, you just want to come out of this ball game with a win, and you want to kind of tune up some things, and you want to, I think this obviously clinches a playoff spot for them, but they're getting to the point where they may be clinching a district championship either tonight or next week.
That is looking like the case. So we got 11 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. McHenry takes the snap, pulls the handoff, runs it himself. And a huge run by McHenry will take him down inside Jacksonville territory to the 47-yard line.
Well, he had 145 yards rushing last week, and tonight he has not tried to run like that at all. I mean, he's actually been harassed most of the night by Jacksonville, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter.
And after 3, Texas High leads the Indians 35-9. We'll take a short break and come back. This is Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
Our one-of-a-kind mushroom Swiss burger is back.
And now it's an all-time favorite. You're going to love this burger. That au jus sauce on top.
The creamy au jus sauce.
Every bite's perfect.
It's not just a mushroom Swiss burger, it's a Whataburger mushroom Swiss burger.
Hi, I'm Matt Montgomery. For the past 37 years, I've been helping people just like you get their financial ducks in a row. I'm a registered investment advisor and chartered financial consultant. We do portfolio management and comprehensive financial planning. Give me a call for a free consultation.
Congratulations is Jacksonville's source for a full line of awards and engraving services. But we don't stop there. You'll want to check out our examples of creative personalized gifts too. Congratulations also serves East Texas as a promotional products dealer. We are passionate about sourcing just the right items. With our laser capabilities, we can also design and install acrylic signage or graphics. Want to see samples of our work? Go no further than the Tomato Bowl entry. We're especially proud of the Arrowhead. Visit Congratulations Showroom or website soon, and let's make something amazing together.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium as we begin the 4th quarter. McHenry takes the snap, throws it out left, to Cody Reese, and he's going to pick up about 7.
It's just like a running play for T-High. Get a couple of receivers out there blocking, and they form a tunnel. You pick up 6, 7, 8 yards. That's better than going between the tackles sometimes. And they've broken it a couple times for more than that.
They have.
2nd and 3 now.
Tigers at the Indian 40. McHenry takes the snap, fakes the handoff, running to his right. And Hinton and Roberts are going to chase him down there.
Yeah, Hinton looks like he's cramped right there as he's kind of stretched out. So as they work on Darian, let's take a break. Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Hi, this is Will Royan, JHS class of 2022. On behalf of myself and all the students at Jacksonville High School, I'd like to say thank you for watching tonight's game. In addition to the athletes on the field, tonight's game provides an opportunity for our community to celebrate students from a wide variety of programs. The cheerleaders, charmers, twirlers, the Fighting Indian Band, the trainers, the audio-video production film crew, the students working in the concession stands, all showcase the hard work and dedication.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Tigers have a 3rd and 2. 11 minutes and counting here in the 4th quarter. McHenry takes the snap, looks to his left. He's got Trent Kelly on the reception, and he's going to pick up about 10.
Trent Kelly on the carry for Texas High.
Sorry for the vacancy there. I was checking on something. Y'all thought, is he still down there? Oh, look at this. That's illegal. Oh, come on. You can't do that. Xavier Kendrick came off the field, and then he was off completely, and then he stepped back onto the green and fell down.
Laid down.
Oh, wow. And the officials, I guess, are going to allow it. I mean, he was injured when he came off the field. He was hurting, and it said, oh, stop. Get back on the field. You're hurt. So a stoppage in play here. Let's see if this is going to take more than a moment here. Fans, next week we'll be back at Tomato Bowl as Xavier gets up on his own. Seems to be okay. White House comes to town as the Wildcats appear. It looks like they're going to get their first win tonight over Pine Tree. Wow. Pine Tree was fighting for that 2nd spot. And winless White House in Week 8 looks like they have come away with an upset win. So next week, Jacksonville and White House will continue their rivalry at Tomato Bowl. Kickoff at 7:30.
Yeah, that
senior night at Tomato Bowl.
Loss last week against Texas High must have done something to Pine Tree spirits. McHenry hands off to Trent Kelly, and he's going to pick up about 3.
I mean, I'm not trying to play coach here, but I mean, if I'm Coach Stanford at Texas High, I mean, do you have McHenry in the ballgame right now? And he's already taken Braylon Stewart out. I don't know. I mean, the game's pretty well in hand, I would say.
Yeah, and I mean, they've been running him more than they have all night.
I know. Then they started running him a few minutes ago.
McHenry takes the snap, drops back, and he is met
on the carry
by number 33. I don't have that on my roster.
Yeah, that's Zadarius Hinton, number 33 for Jacksonville. Zadarius Hinton, the age of Zadarius.
Is that a movie or something? Am I missing something?
Yeah, it's an old song from the 60s, man.
Okay.
The Age of Aquarius.
Gotcha.
By the 5th dimension. Uh-oh.
That's going to be offside.
This is messed up
got
here.
A free play looking down the right side for Gray, but it is off the helmet.
Key Money. They call him Key Money. for Jacksonville with the deflection.
Off the helmet of Key Money Woods.
Key Money Woods.
Offside. Defense, number 7. The 5-yard penalty remains 3rd down.
So it's offside to Jacksonville, so it's a free play, but Key Money was going to make sure that it wasn't going to be a free touchdown for Texas High as he makes a heck of a play slapping it away. So 3rd down and 2 to go for Texas High.
3rd and 2 for the Tigers. 3 receivers right, 1 left. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Kelly up the middle, breaks a couple tackles, and is brought down at the 10.
First down by Kelly.
10, Texas High.
As I'm watching Key Money get into it over here with TJ Gray. Let's watch this battle. Key Money's not backing down. This kid Gray is a sophomore. Been a little bit of trouble. We won't get into that, but he's out here.
McHenry takes a snap, pulls the handoff, is scrambling right, and he is going to get in for the touchdown.
Bryson McHenry.
10-yard run by McHenry. Saw nobody open. Good coverage in the secondary. Unfortunately, Jacksonville didn't scramble back as McHenry finds the corner of the end zone. Made a nice move at the 5.
McHenry's got some speed.
He does, but I tell you, that guy's got to come out of the game if I'm Texas High. Why do you got him in there? I'm just saying.
Apparently to do that.
Yeah, but okay, you're up 41-9. Now what? If he comes out again, I'm going nuts.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Heil on the extra point by Homes and Properties Realty is up and good. That'll bring the score. Texas High 42, Jacksonville 9. 8 minutes left in the 4th quarter. This is Fightin Indian Football on JHS-sports.com.
As ETMC joins the UT Health family, we're bringing a new vision of healthcare to East Texas, where the brightest minds in academics and medicine work together to treat the most complex health challenges and improve lives, where access to world-class medicine and cutting-edge technology will bring health, hope, and a brighter tomorrow. We are UT Health East Texas, advancing healthcare together.
Since 2004, Legends Old Time Burger Cafe has been the home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburgers. Hand-battered chicken strips, chicken fried steak, fries, and onion rings are the best around. Legends, home of Jacksonville's best old-fashioned hamburger.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Texas High taking the 42-9 lead over the Indians here with 8 minutes left to go in the 4th quarter. Heil for Texarkana in for the kickoff.
McHugh and deep for Jacksonville.
Heil's kick is left, hitting about the 20 and knocked out of bounds by Devin McEwen.
Oh, Devin, what are you doing?
At the 13.
I don't know what he was trying to do right there.
He didn't go get it.
Just let it go out of bounds.
It wasn't going out of bounds. T.I. was coming after him.
Okay,
so
okay.
If
y'all have a better angle than I do. Hey,
oh, yeah.
Let's go through some finals here. Marshall comes back and beats Mount Pleasant on a field goal, 24-21. That is a final. Another comeback win. Nacogdoches stays alive. They come back and beat Hallsville 30-24. And White House 21, Pine Tree 14. That is a final. Wow. Strange night in 9-5A Division II.
Wow. McCowan takes a snap, looking right. Pass is broken up.
Yikes.
By Nathan Tyler Moore.
Jumped up and slapped it down.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Indians from their 13. One receiver each way for the Indians. McCowan gets the snap, drops back, looking for Calvin Bryant, and it is incomplete.
That's a good ball. Calvin just, I don't know why he didn't come back more toward the ball. He just kept running straight down the field. I don't know,
Lots of contact over there, Matt.
There was, but once he cleared him, he's got to make a play for the ball. And again, I think that's just Calvin not playing since he was a freshman year. There's a lot of football that you miss those 2 years that now he's a senior, but he's just now getting back, and it's week 8.
McCowan takes the snap, drops back, looking left again. This time for Pinson, and it is caught.
He caught it. What a catch by Pinson on the sideline. Boy, I tell you, dude, that was a raindrop throw there, buddy, by McCowan.
It was, and after the last couple calls on that sideline, I was kind of wondering if they were going to give that to him.
Well, I didn't see the Jacksonville sideline erupt. I'm blinded down here in this end, and I didn't see anybody jumping up and down when he made the catch. But he did. First down, Jacksonville.
He did. What a catch from Pinson. McCowan takes the snap, looks left for Pinson again. It's caught, and he's going to be up the field about 13 yards for another Bill McRae Ford first down.
2 pops in a row right there to Tony, as JT Johnson will check in for Isaiah, and the Indians' nice little drive going right here. 2 big receptions to Tony Pinson. McCown drilling the ball on that one for the first for 13.
McCowan takes a snap under some pressure, scrambling right, and he's going to throw it
and the
out
flag
of bounds.
And I think this is a legit call here. Lineman downfield, perhaps. Let's see the call. That's exactly right. That's a good call there. I saw that one. I mean, there was a couple of Jacksonville linemen that were about the 35-yard line, and I'm not sure they were down that far. Maybe Texas High just grabbed them and threw them that far. I don't know, but that was the correct call.
Not sure, but that is one penalty that has plagued the Indians all year.
Oh, yeah. Killed them the first game against Crandall. Remember that.
McCowan takes the snap. Looking left for McEwen, and it's just out of reach, incomplete.
Ah, man, open. He had him beat. 2 guys. He had him beat by 6-7 yards. McCown just had too much on it. Just a little bit off of that run.
And that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the Indians. In Tiger territory, but needing to pick up a first down here. One receiver each way for the Indians. JT Johnson in the backfield. McCowan takes a snap, hands off to Johnson up the middle.
Yes.
For about 6.
I like what I saw right there by the Jacksonville offensive line. Johnson got kind of wrapped up there, and they were pushing him, and here comes the offensive line, and, boy, they just form a wall, and they shove Johnson forward for another couple of yards. I like that. There's a little bit of push right here. Let's finish strong right here.
Gain of 5 there. They'll bring up 4th and 5 for the Indians. Johnson in the backfield with McCowan. McCowan gets a snap, drops back, looking left, and incomplete.
Cash Bearden. That was a great throw by McCowan. And Bearden just kept running straight. He just, you got to judge where that ball is going to be coming down. And some of these young receivers, it's just stuff you got to work on in the spring and summer. You got to learn the flight of the ball. You got to learn your angles. That was a perfect pass right in the middle of the end zone, and Cash just didn't adjust to it. He had, just like Devin on the previous play, had him beat, ran right by him.
He did. Tigers will take over. 1st and 10. McHenry hands off to number 25, Joe Miller.
Yeah, one of those 10 sophomores up on the varsity for Texas High. It's a nice gain there as the clock runs just under 6 minutes and counting.
And Matt, kind of surprised to still see McHenry in the ball game.
I am too. I mean, the backup quarterback played the first half against Hallsville and they scored 30 points. I don't know where he is, but I mean, clearly, or obviously, maybe not obviously, but surely they're not going to run this guy, the starting quarterback, in a game like this.
2nd and 4, McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Miller once again.
Fans, stay with us. We'll have our post-game interview sponsored by All Smiles with head coach Wayne Coleman. We'll have our Bone Crusher hit of the game sponsored by Dar Chiropractic. If your body needs an adjustment, call Dr. Darwin Dar, JHS class of 1984. Dr. Dar is your hometown chiropractor. Of course, the Jacksonville play of the game sponsored by Congratulations, and the offensive and defensive players of the game sponsored by Austin Bank, locally owned and operated since 1900.
3rd and 2 for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Miller, and he is going to pick up the first down.
I tell you, Joe Miller cat right there is a 10th grader. He is going to be something else. I mean, did you see that little move right there? He almost bounced out of that and went the distance. He is going to be something else right there. 10th grader.
He's looked pretty good so far on this drive.
Of course, playing behind Braylon Stewart, you're not going to get many carries.
Yep. 4-10 and counting. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Miller once again, breaks a couple tackles, and he's going to pick up, I think they're going to give him 6.
Man, what a physical tackle by Xavier Kendrick. That right there, that's definitely going to be a candidate for the Bone Crusher hit of the game, as Kendrick came up and just laid the wood.
And that'll bring the clock under 3:45. And the Tigers into Jacksonville territory. 2nd and 4. Two left, one right for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Miller, up the middle, breaking a couple tackles.
Yeah, good tackle by Anthony Cummins, the junior. Seeing some action now as Matthew Blankenship will check in for Jacksonville defensively, the senior, 6'1", 190. He'll come in at right defensive end.
And they're going to give him the first down on that.
So Miller will check out for Texas High, and they will bring in another running back. That's
Donnie Grissom.
Yep, a junior. So Texas High playing, there's 64 players in this roster. A lot of those guys are now playing, including McHenry, the starting quarterback.
Two left, one right for the Tigers. McHenry takes the snap, hands off to Grissom.
Yikes.
And he's going to pick up 11.
Powerful run there.
Grissom on the carry. Walker on the tackle. Another 1st and 10 for Texas High.
Right now it looks like Texas High could put whatever running back they want back there, and he's going to gain some yards.
Yeah, I mean, they've got just loaded. They're loaded at the skill positions. And what I'm more impressed with Texas High is their team speed on defense. I mean, they just run you down. Jacksonville's got some pretty fast cats in Devin McEwen and Isaiah Mallard, and they just smoke you. And here's the kneel down. Nice
McHenry
call there.
Taking the knee will bring us under 2 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. With the kneel down, that'll bring up 2nd and 15. McHenry takes another knee. That'll bring us under a minute 20. And it looks like they have the play clock pretty much in line with the game clock to finish out the game here.
Yeah, I thought they might have started that play clock just a little bit too soon right there when you're trying to run it out, boy. As soon as his knee stopped, they just clicked it right on.
They also held it for a couple seconds before they started it.
They did. I mean, just keep it running. That'll do it.
And that will do it. So the final score here in Texarkana, Texas High 42, Jacksonville 9.
Stay with us. We'll have our post-game interview with head coach Wayne Coleman, sponsored by All Smiles Dentistry. Wayne Coleman will be talking to his team, and we'll get with him and hand out our awards as well. Guys, this didn't feel like a 42-9 game. I know I heard, Todd, you said that earlier, and the score sure doesn't look good, but it didn't feel like that.
It did not feel as one-sided as the scoreboard showed.
Exactly.
No, we continued to fight right until the end there and played really hard on defense. And secondary, defensive line, we had several guys make some really good plays.
Absolutely, yeah.
You want to run some stats?
Yeah, let's throw some stats up there, and then when Wayne's ready, we'll get him.
Okay. Jacksonville finished the game 57 plays on offense for 138 yards, with 138 yards passing and no rushing yards.
None? No rushing yards?
0.
Oh, man.
0.
Oh, wow.
Penalties we talked about. We had 16 penalties on the game for 130 yards.
That's painful.
Yeah. And even, it wound up, even Texas High had quite a few. They had 10 penalties for 105 yards.
Wow. Man, 16. I can't remember when Jacksonville had 16 penalties.
That's so many penalties.
Some individual stats to look at real quick. McAllen finished the game 11 completions on 37 attempts for 138 yards with 1 interception. Rushing, Darian Hinton had 8 carries for 16 yards, 1 touchdown. JT had 3 carries for 4 yards. Devin 1 for 0. Isaiah Mallard 6 carries for -4. And McAllen had 2 for -16 yards. Receiving, Devin 5 catches for 72 yards. Tony Pinson had 3 catches for 53. Calvin Bryant 2 for 14. And Isaiah Mallard 1 catch for -1 yard.
Anything else?
We can talk about Texas High if you want to. I'd really not that concerned with it. But
hey, let's hand out some awards. How about that?
Let's do some awards.
All right, Bone Crusher hit of the game goes to Xavier Kendrick. I mean, what a nice hit he had just a moment ago. Sponsored by Dar Chiropractic, the Bone Crusher hit of the game. If your body needs an adjustment, call Dr. Darwin Dar, JHS class 1984. He's your hometown chiropractor. I'm going to need some help on the play of the game. I'm trying to think about some of those, but we'll look at that. But the offensive player of the game, Devin McEwen, had a nice game. Defensive player of the game, Caden Franklin. The players of the game, offense and defense, sponsored by Austin Bank, your community bank locally owned and operated since 1900. Let's get Wayne Coleman here on the All Smiles post-game interview. Coach, we were just talking. It didn't feel like 42-9. Your team fought, clawed, it just didn't feel like that kind of a differential in the score.
It wasn't that way. I mean, it was our defense battling their butt off all night. Offense trying to, find a way to protect the quarterback, get the ball out quicker against a great pass rush for them. And very super athletic defensive front they had, and that's why they're in the top 10 in the state.
Coach, they were so fast defensively, and statistically, you finished with 0 yards rushing. I know it felt like you ran the ball better, but you had some sacks and things. But they were everything that we thought they were on defense.
Yeah, they were. They lived up to their billing. Our kids battled, though. I mean, they kept fighting. Our quarterback battled. We mixed up protections. We did some stuff to try to help him. The bottom line is we had to get the ball out quicker.
Coach, 16 penalties on your team, 130 yards, and, man, I know some of those calls were tough, and some of them were just effort mistakes, some of those.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think there was a tackle in the end zone. Our kid's trying to tackle him as he goes in, and we get 15 yards for that. I mean, that's effort. I mean, I want my guy to – I mean, last week the same kid, stopped the guy on the 1 yard line and made a big play. So, no, I'm not worried about effort penalties. Those are fine.
Coach, you head back home to Tomato Bowl for senior night. White House comes in. They upset Pine Tree tonight, 21-14. They got their first win, and crazy night in district. Hallsville was beating Nacogdoches all the way through, and then and Nac comes up and at the end and beats them. And what was the other one? Who's the other one playing?
Marshall Mount Pleasant.
Oh, yeah. Mount Pleasant led the whole ball game, and then it was 21-all, and Marshall wins it on a field goal, 24-21. So White House coming in next. It's just a wild night. And, a lot of people thought this game might have been worse than it was. Your team played hard.
I told the kids, don't hang your head. I mean, we're not going to go celebrate or anything, but, my gosh, our kids, we competed, and I'm proud of them. I wish the score was different. I know everybody does, but there's not one kid on that team that didn't fight their heart out.
Coach, appreciate it. We'll talk to you this week.
Thanks, Matt.
Head Coach Wayne Coleman on the All Smiles post-game interview. We appreciate Coach Coleman coming over and visiting with us, and All Smiles for sponsoring all of our conversations. Guys, we got one more play to hand out, one more award, I should say.
Offense, defense.
The congratulations play of the game.
And the offensive and defensive players.
Yeah, the offensive player of the game is Devin McHugh, and the defensive player is Caden Franklin.
Okay.
Yep, and so –
I think one of the plays of the game
it's either the safety or the interception Pinson had.
Well, and even Pinson had that deep ball where he made the perfect play. To me, we struggled most of the time in secondary. For him to make that was a big play.
It was, and that's to me that was going to be my play of the game. Sponsored by Congratulations is Tony Pinson's interception in the end zone that killed that drive. Just an athletic play, a gutsy play, like you said, Todd. The secondary's been kind of maligned this year, but what a heck of a play. So the congratulations, y'all agree?
Yes.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Congratulations play of the game goes to Tony Pinson. Remember, the congratulations, not only do they provide a weekly award to each player for the play of the game, but just look around at Tomato Bowl and all the stuff they do all over the stadium. Tremendous work by Congratulations. We appreciate them each and every week for sponsoring this award. Guys, I'm going to toss it back up to you.
All right. I think that will just about do it for us here in Texarkana at Tiger Stadium tonight. Unfortunate for Jacksonville, Texas High winning 42-9. Hard-fought game. But from Ryan Travis, Todd Travis, Matt Montgomery, and our producer for the night, Brett Eccles, have a great weekend. Good night.